Okay, we're live. Sorry, guys. Gremlins in the system, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but
we were fine.
yeah, you guys were. I'm driving the bus. You guys are sitting in the bus. It's a lot easier, that's for sure. Sorry about that, guys.
Please.
We're running a little bit late tonight. Sorry about that. Hey, JD
I'm
Kent.
just here for the ride.
Zombie Pops, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're here. We're live, and I think we got everything squared away here. So let's podcast, guys. We already did our sound checks. We're good there. Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Let's do this.
I want to play video games, not just talk about them. Let's go.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. All right. Here we go. 3, 2. What's up, Guardians? Welcome to episode 346 of the newly branded Guardian Down Roundtable. We've spent nearly 7 years as the Guardian Down cast show. You know, we were focused on Destiny, but now we're taking the high 30,000 foot view of the entire gaming hobby that we enjoy. Every week, my co-host, Mr. Kingsley Mack, and I sit down with 2 rotating guests to tackle 4 topics covering everything from the gaming industry to tech to social media. Whatever's on our guest host mind, we talk about. Our mission is pretty simple: to create a dialogue by way of topics of discussion that impact our gaming hobby, all while keeping the focus on our community. We're live every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on my Todd the Gator, that's TODDTHEGATR, YouTube and Twitch channels. There are replays available for those as well the day after. And of course, our Discord live stage. Hello, everybody in Discord, where we will follow chat and answer anybody's questions, all that good stuff. First, I want to check in with my co-host, Mr. Kingsley Mack from the great state of Utah. Mike, how you doing, man? Are you feeling better this week? Everything good, man?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm great. I was even good by Friday midday-ish last week, but what I had was a very short but very spiky thing, so sorry I couldn't make it last week, but I'm happy to be here tonight with the guests, and happy marathon day to everyone.
It is marathon day, that is for sure. Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate you. I know you don't miss a show unless you're really, really sick, so I appreciate you being here this week. It's gonna be really good. Well, let's introduce our 2 guest hosts today. Our first guest co-host today was initially on our show back on episode 163 on September 5th of 2022. He's been a member of our community for over 4 years now. I know, it's been way too long. Okay, just a side note here. You know what? When I look back at all the guests I've had on our podcast over the years, there have been so many members that we've had great conversations with. And as you'll see in future shows, I'm trying to seek them all out and have them return to our show and catch up with us, you know. And the thing about our new show now, since we've rebranded, is if they're not playing Destiny anymore, that's okay. We still want to talk to them. We want to talk gaming with them. So all that being said, the guest co-host hails from the great state of Oregon. And if you like beer, this is your guy. He sent me some great merch over the years of my beloved Blue Moon and is just a fantastic guy to talk with. So please welcome back. And I must say this first, dude, it's Miner. How you been, man?
Dude, what's going on?
Good to hear from you, man. It's been way too long. When I was going back through all our past guests that we've had, you know, over 7 years now on our shows, I'm like, oh my God, Miner. I mean, we have so many people in our community that it's so hard to keep track of everybody that's been on our show in the past. And I started going back and looking at our old shows, and I'm like, oh man, we gotta invite Miner back. And of course you accepted, man. Thank you for being on tonight. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. It's awesome.
So what is? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
I was gonna say I'm in the Discord still. I'm not very active in there, but I do pop in there.
Yeah.
And check out the comments and everything. But I just don't comment when I'm in there.
Well, I mean, we were solely based on Destiny, and let's face it, man. If you're not playing Destiny, it's kind of hard to, to kind of get involved in the conversations and stuff. But how's Oregon treating you then? Treating you these days? Still in the beer business, doing that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so this winter hasn't been the winter at all in Oregon. We've gotten very little snow. We live around a couple of ski resorts, and I think the base is at like maybe 5 feet right now. Like, it's horrible.
Wow. Gee whiz.
And usually what that means around here is when you don't get a lot of snow in the winter, the we call it fire season because the wildfires around here get really bad. So
Yeah. Wow.
but other than that, yeah, still doing the same thing, slinging beer. I got hurt last year. Put me out for about 3 months.
Oh man.
Did a lot of physical therapy. Well, it was last year I slipped on the snow.
Oh.
And it was just a little slip, like I didn't fall or anything. But I was hauling beer while I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I had a small tear in my shoulder and a complete tear through my bicep. It didn't tear my bicep off,
my
but
God.
it was like there was a hole in my bicep. So
dude, my
a lot of physical therapy.
My arm's hurting just thinking about that. Damn, I was just at the gym today working my shoulder and biceps.
Yeah.
Oh God,
it was very painful.
Damn.
And,
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good to have you on, man. So I can blame you guys for sending that 20-degree weather to Florida. I see how it works now. It's diagonal.
Yeah.
I was going to blame Kingsley, but it's you guys.
If you look at the weather pattern, it literally is going right over us and we're not getting anything. It sucks.
Exactly. The whole West has been very warm the last couple of years.
No.
And the pattern's going up into Canada and then down to the eastern part of the U.S., but it's missing us.
Jeez. Well, I hopefully, knock on wood, we're out of the woods now. I mean, it was like 86 today, so it's gonna be 87 tomorrow. It's just, hey man, spring/summer is here, so it's not much different. We have spring kind of into summer, and that's like 9 months of the year, and then we get into a little cool off, which is called winter, and that's like 70 degrees during the day. It's really nice here usually, but dude, that 20-degree weather just fried all of our lawns. It killed all of our nice lush plants everywhere that we're so proud of. And anyway, I won't go down that rabbit hole, but well, thank you, man. Thank you again for being on tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun talking with you tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Our second guest co-host today was on our podcast back on episode 240 on February 26th of 2024. He has also been a member for over 4 years and is part of our community moderation crew as well. He's always helping new members find their way into our Destiny clans, and I always see him around in our community. It has certainly been too long, but please welcome back from the great state of Ohio. It's the Scarlet KM. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. You know, I don't usually hear people say the great state of Ohio.
Hey man, every state in the United States is a great state. It's because that's where you're from, man. So we're always interested. How's the family doing, man? How's family life? You doing good, man?
Crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
It's insane. I got 3 kids and
How old are they now?
14, 10, and 4.
Oh man. Oof. 14 going on 21.
Yep.
10, that's their prime getting into video games. And 4, they know the word no very well. Man, I got a grandson. It's not even 2 yet. And he already goes, nope. Or he goes, yep, nope. Those are the 2 words he learned real quick. So, well, hey, man, it's going to be fun talking with you as well tonight. We're going to share a topic tonight, so I can't wait to talk to you about that. Thanks for coming on tonight, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here's what we have lined up on today's show. First, Miner's going to start out of the gates here and talk about something that we as gamers especially need to think about as we sit on our butts for hours at a day watching a screen, and definitely as we get older. I mean, I've had this problem as well, but he's going to talk about that stuff to kind of lead us off tonight, kind of a little flavor palette. And then I'm going to go right in and talk about what's going on with Bungie this week. I'm going to talk a little bit of Destiny, a little bit of Marathon. As most of you know, Marathon launched today. Today was the day 1 launch, and I did jump in and play a few hours. So we're going to definitely talk about that. For our next topic after that, Kingsley Mac has a unique take on playing new games and how to review them as well. And maybe some games maybe just aren't for you. So, and then for the final topic of the show, Scarlett and I are both going to team up and present our experiences playing the Marathon Server Slam this past week, and also share our opinions on the game itself. We'll also go over what makes Marathon different from Arc Raiders. And I know they're different games, but the objective is the same. And we have both played both games. And, I don't know. My opinions might surprise you a little bit. I don't know what I can't speak for Scarlett, but we'll see what he has to say as well. After that, we will jump into our catch-up segment where everyone will share their highlights of their week, kind of talk to us what they've been up to since we last saw them. And then at the end of the show, if time allows, we're going to answer questions from our community as well. So if you do have a question for us, make sure you enter it in our podcast questions channel in our Discord community, and we might read it aloud live on the show. We also have a voicemail from one of our members concerning one of our topics from last week's show. And remember, if you want to send us a voicemail or an email, you can go to guardiandowncast.com to find out more about that. So, if everyone's ready, take a breath. Let's roll. Whew. Okay, I gotta whittle that introduction down. I gotta get it. It's still too long. I need to get it longer. I need to get it whittled down. So, Mine, are you ready to go, man?
Yep.
Here we go, man. 3, 2. All right, for our first topic tonight, I'm going to send it over to Miner. I'm sorry, Miner. I know you haven't been on the show in a while. I'm not trying to throw you to the wolves here, but I think your topic is probably a good topic to start out on tonight. So I'm going to hand the talking stick over to you, sir. What do you got for us tonight?
Okay. So when you asked me to think of a topic, this was really the only one that came to mind because it's something that I've been going through lately. And that's just how important I think it is. And, when you start talking to people, they agree. Getting a family doctor, like just someone you can go to tell anything that's going wrong. I got to the point where I got hurt last year at my job. It wasn't serious. I didn't have to have surgery, just a lot of physical therapy. And then they were asking me when I was going to the doctor, like, do you have a personal physician? No, I don't. No, I don't. And when I got hurt, because all the heavy lifting I do, that's a lot of exercise, and I gained a lot of weight after I got hurt because I wasn't doing much. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So then I got better, and then just my motivation was gone. I didn't want to work out. I was always tired. I was always exhausted. So finally, I just got to thinking, like, maybe something's wrong. Like, I don't, maybe something underlying is wrong, and I don't know why, especially when you hit, I'm 44. So it's like, I'm getting up there. I can't, do things I was doing even 10 years ago. So just for me personally, it turns out, I go into the doctor, get a new physician, and he's telling me, well, let's do some blood tests. So it turns out, and it's oddly funny enough, it was testosterone levels.
Really?
So he was telling me somebody my age should have between 600 and 1,000 in testosterone level, and mine was below 200.
Happens, man.
So, I mean, he was like, it's through the floor. So, we started doing some things that'll boost the testosterone, and it didn't go up that much. Like, it didn't make much of a change. And he's like, well, the last ditch effort is you start taking injections,
right?
And that will boost it up. So basically that's what I'm doing now. Just to try and figure out, and I've gotten a lot more energy lately just because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, and I know when everybody thinks testosterone, they're just thinking, oh, it's right in sex drive. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just your motivation and your mindset goes away. And I was just tired of it. It was almost like I was in a funk constantly.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And also in my family, my dad, my mom, they didn't go to the doctor a lot. My mom has recently, and she found out she has high blood pressure.
Yeah.
My dad, he passed away in 2017 of a heart attack.
Oh man.
So when they look at family history, like, that's a big thing that doctors look at. There's not much to go off.
Yeah.
In my family. And then I look at my son, who's 18 now, and like, I want him to be able to go to the doctor when he gets older and be like, oh yeah, here's the family history that's recent, at least, at least I'm going to the doctor, my wife's going to the doctor, so at least he has that caught up. And so, like, if you don't want to go to the doctor for yourself, which you should, do it for your kids if you have kids, because anything that they get, they can look into your history and be like, oh, look, we caught something early. you know, just
Yeah.
from looking at your
Right.
history.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get the blood tests, and it's all about, like, I want to say, like you said, you know, all these gamers, all we do is sit on our ass and play games, which is awesome, and I do it a lot. But you also have to get out there and get the exercise done, because any kind of weight gain or anything, any doctor is going to tell you, like, you know, look at your diet and maybe get some more exercise. So, like, we absolutely have to, as gamers, get up more, because there's been times where I'll sit here for 4 or 5 hours and be like, oh my God, I haven't done anything, but I've just been zoned into this game for that long, not doing anything. And it's just not healthy for us.
Dude, I'm
So,
with you. I'm with you there. I'm definitely with you there.
Yeah.
We'll go around the horn here and everybody can share. I think this was a good topic, man. I know it's not super game related, but sometimes there's topics that just I think everyone needs to hear, especially us gamers out there, because, I mean, everybody knows, man, sitting is the new smoking, right? Sitting and being sedentary for hours at a time, it's just as worse if you were just sitting there smoking a cigarette, you know, for 3 or 4 hours and smoking a whole pack a day. It's the same, or if not worse than doing that. So I have high blood pressure, and I've been fighting it. I'm on medication. It's still not working enough. So I just, it's funny. I just got my blood test. I do my blood test every 6 months, because yes, I'm over 50 now, and I need to make sure I catch stuff early. And blood pressure, I check it in the morning and I check it at night, because that's when it's usually the highest. And I'm not like super high blood pressure, but it's up there, man. I mean, it's elevated. And I've been diagnosed with hypertension. It's just something my mom had, and it's just in my family. And the one thing that really does help me is my job, because I still am in the field. I still do a lot of the work myself. I'm out there walking lawns. I'm out there walking around houses. I'm always active during the day. And for that reason, I think that's one of the reasons why my cholesterol is very low, and all my blood tests come out green. Everything's super good. Just my damn high blood pressure, man. And it's something I have not been able to get under control. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm a good 40 pounds overweight. I need to lose some weight, and I don't want to go the shot in the gut. I don't want to have to do it that way, because that's another matter. You'd have to be on it for your life if you want to keep the weight off, because it's all about habits. It's all about changing your lifestyle and stuff. And what I didn't realize, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, you know, sugar will raise your blood pressure. I did not know this. I thought it would, you know, sugar goes in your bloodstream, your pancreas, you know, throws out the insulin, drives it back down, and you're good to go. But no, there's actually chemical reactions in your blood whenever you take in sugar that will raise your blood pressure. So I'm trying for this month of March, I'm going to be cutting way back my sugar intake. No more candy, maybe a tiny bit of ice cream every now and then, because I can't go cold turkey. I can't just cold. I've tried going cold turkey, man. Your brain will mess with you. And it's been a big problem for me. So I've always had a sweet tooth. I grew up in the 70s, man. I mean, it was all about ice cream and donuts and Little Debbie cookies and sugar. I mean, everywhere. Now it's very hard to kick. So, I mean, that's where I kind of relate. And another thing I'll relate to, and then I'll pass the talking stick. I had an injury where I had to go to get physical therapy as well, minor. I was bowling, and my shoe stuck. I don't know if you know anything about bowling, but you have to slide, and then your body flows through and releases the ball. But when your left leg sticks, like someone, you know, just grabbed your leg, all of a sudden the rest of your body is torquing forward still, but half of your body's still way behind. I pulled a really bad ligament in my leg. And then what happened, because I pulled a ligament in my leg and it was always sore and weak, my body was pushing all of its attention toward the other side of my body. And because of that, it weakened my, lack of a better word, my buttocks muscles. And because my buttocks muscles, whatever they're called, it actually created tension where I actually got bursitis. I mean, this is something that 70-year-old guys get, not me. I had bursitis. I had IT band pain all the way down my leg. It was so nagging and so bad. I spent 2 months doing stretches and all kinds of physical therapy. But you know what fixed it? I went to the damn gym and I started doing those leg kickbacks. You know what machine I'm talking about? The one the women get on to make their butts look bigger? Yeah, the glutes. Thank you, King Tut. Yeah, you know, the women get on them to make their butts look nice and trim. I don't give a shit. I'm there. I get on that leg kickback machine, and it really works my hips very well. It strengthens those muscles back up. And guess what? I mean, just like boom, no more pain, no more IT issues, just from going to the gym twice a week. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing any extra cardio or anything like that. I'm getting that through my job. But I'm telling you, man, the gym, if anything you get from this topic tonight, go to the gym. If you can't afford to go to a gym, there's a ton of exercises you can do with your own body weight right here in your house. You never have to buy a gym membership. I like machines because you can target certain areas and it's just easier. But yeah, man, I thought this was a good topic tonight. It kind of hits home with me. So I'll quit rambling on. I'll let Kingsley or Scarlett talk now. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Back on the topic of the doctors, though. I love this topic that you brought it up, Minor. And just a little history. First of all, I've always been like big on medicine and science. And my father-in-law is actually, he used to be a pediatrician, family practice, kind of a combo thing. And so that was always important too, ever since my wife, he's retired. But it is so important to go. And this is not a thing just for when you start thinking you're having issues later on. There's so many things. It's not just for us gamers either. It's people sitting in chairs all day, whatever. It's like everyone should go, even if you're younger, because there are so many things that can get caught before they become a bigger issue. You can take a blood test, even if you're like healthy in your 20s, find out some numbers are weird on whatever, get something looked at and even fixed before it becomes cancerous.
Yes.
That alone is like a big thing. I mean, there's so many stories. Again, this is generally for people that are older, but it's the same idea for other things too. But I'm 48. I did my first colonoscopy a few years ago, but they're even trying to bring those numbers down lower because it is one of the best things to fix so that you don't get cancer if caught early. Like you have the best prognosis. And mine was good, but I'm glad I went. But like people that even have minor issues, they can get those taken care of from a screening before it turns cancerous. And those are things you need to do. Yeah. You need to also consider specialists sometimes too. Of course, you want to have a family doctor. Very, very important. Sometimes family doctors aren't good at everything. I actually take testosterone also. Mm-hmm. I found it a long time ago. My numbers were low. I'm actually on the daily gels. It works well for me. But I had a previous doctor where he was just too not sure of all those things. And it took me going to a specialist to kind of lock in the numbers better and find stuff that worked for me. And I'm doing so much better now. The topic about high blood pressure, that's a very common thing for a lot of people these days. I highly recommend, along with going to the doctor, everyone should, they're super cheap these days. Get one of those blood pressure cuffs. You can buy them on Amazon for like $20 for the cheapest one, up to like $100 for the most expensive one. They can sync to your phone, do all the readings. My numbers are actually pretty good these days. I will often be in the green range there, where I used to always be like hypertension 1 or 2. So I've been getting better, which is awesome. It's really exciting to see those numbers get better over time. It's just so important to take your health seriously. It doesn't mean that I get it, because when I was younger, I was like, at first it's like, I don't need to because I'm still feeling healthy. And then sometimes when you get a little bit older, you don't want to go because you're like, oh, what are they going to find and stuff. But look, you still have a choice. Like same thing when you're going to an oil change shop, you don't have to listen to everything they said or say, I'll do some things later, but you probably should go just so you have the information, right? You probably want to start taking these things seriously, and then you'll have a much better chance of surviving later in life. So I highly, I agree with all the stuff said, and it is very good to go and go to specialists at times too.
Scarlett? Old man talking about old man stuff. I hear you, Priceless.
Hey, I said younger people should go too.
Go ahead, Scar.
Go ahead, Scarlett.
What Kingsley said about catching other things that you don't even realize. My daughter, she's on ADHD medicine,
Mhm.
and she had to have blood work done, just to make sure that it wouldn't
Yeah.
like mess with her heart. And they actually caught something else because she has like hypothyroid, where one of her
Happens to women.
yeah, and she's 10.
Wow.
So if we
Caught it
had
early.
gone, yeah, so we're taking care of that now, trying to get the numbers up that she needs to have up. But I agree, I do need to start going to the doctor more often. I don't think I've been to the doctor since I graduated in 03.
I mean,
I'm 41.
yeah,
Now's a great time.
it's time, man.
Yeah, start with the blood pressure cuff at home. Your numbers
Yeah.
don't look great. That'll give you even just something more to consider to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if anything, you do it for your kids, because then if anything's wrong with you, then they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's now we know what to look for later with the kids when they start going.
Yeah, I forgot to mention my doctor because that was what the topic was about, right? I've had the same doctor for 20 years now. He was referred by friends and family that have used him and loved him. And he's actually a lot younger than me. And he's very proactive. He's all about, eating right, getting healthy first. And then, he's not about just giving you drugs. People always worry they're just going to put you on drugs when you go to the doctor. No, doctors want to work with you. And what's great about having the same doctor all the time is they get to know they have data. It's like Bungie and Destiny. They have data. They know what you're going to play. They're going to know how long you're going to log in. They know everything. It's the same goes for a doctor. And my doctor, I had you can call it a nervous breakdown. You can call it a midlife crisis, whatever the hell you want to call it, where I was freaking out about my blood pressure. I was just checking everything. And then what basically a midlife crisis is you realize that you're going to die one day, and you're not Superman. And I know people that haven't gotten there yet are going to say, well, I'll worry about it when I worry about it. And then it gets to that day and you're like, ooh, I had a little jump in my chest, it gets you thinking a little bit, but don't, whatever you do, don't wait till it's too late, because doctors were very good. My whole family goes to this one doctor, and he knows everybody's issues. He knows what to look at. He knows from all the history that we've gone to him. He knows what we need. And unfortunately today, the way that the medical system is, they can't spend a whole lot of time with you. You basically get about 7.5 minutes and then they're out the door. But I really praise having my own doctor, and he's very proactive too. I have blood tests every 6 months, even though my numbers are clean. Everything's green. Everything's good on my labs and stuff. I just had them done Monday, and I just got the results back. It's really good to blood tests can tell you so much about yourself. Another thing I'll tell you too, if your doctor says, hey, let's go in for some labs and just give you a quick chest, checkup and see what's up. What's nice, I use Quest Diagnostics, and you can go on their app. You can actually click the information icon button on every one of those results, and it will tell you why they're measuring for it. They'll tell you what they're looking for, and then they'll tell you the ranges that are good to be in. And if you do get a blood test or, have some lab work done, and it literally takes 5 minutes. They take 2 small vials of blood and you're out the door. It's that easy. It's really no big deal. I never really like to look at the blood, because there again, I still want to believe I'm half machine. So, but yeah, very important topic, Minor, because, with your situation where you were going to, you were getting, help for your injuries, but you didn't have a doctor. I think a doctor would have been good to, the thing about it.
And that's, and that's what they were telling me too. It's like, you go to a doctor and you get your physician, and they're the ones that get all the information from all these specialists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like they're the center of your hub. So when you go to physical therapy because you got hurt at work,
Yep.
or you go to get a colonoscopy, whatever, like they report back to your doctor so that they know
Yep.
what you've been through, like what surgeries you've had, what anything you've had.
There's number one reason why you should have what they call what do they call it? Your preferred doctor or something. I can't remember what the phrase
Primary
is.
care physician.
Primary care physician. Yes, primary care. You know why you need a primary care physician? Because this specialist over here helping you with physical therapy and this specialist over here helping you with maybe some psychological things, they don't talk to each other. So they can give you some medicine that'll interfere with medicine you're using over here or methods of getting better. And you could be fighting what you're trying to get accomplished because these people don't talk to each other. And now if you had a primary care doctor, everything flows through your primary care doctor. So what they can do before they prescribe a specialist, they'll look and say, okay, they'll have a full record of medications you're taking and stuff, and they'll send it right in an order right to that specialist. So they'll know exactly, hey, this guy's allergic to this, we can't give him this. And yes, they're still going to make you fill out those damn forms when you go to the damn office, even though your doctor just sent it high-speed internet to them. But just grin and bear it, fill it out. But as you get older, you're going to start getting on more meds, for most of us anyway. And you got to be careful what meds you're using and making sure they're not, you're not having a problem with one med giving you side effects that can hurt something else you're trying to do. So primary care physician, very important for that.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up, Todd. I was going to mention too, and I forgot about the doctors don't want to just put you on a bunch of meds.
No.
That's not true at all. So many people think like, oh, they're just big pharma agents and stuff like that. I'm sure there are some out there, but I promise the vast majority, they actually would love to take you off the meds as soon as you could, if you can, in theory. Again, at my father-in-law's practice, when people would go in and they'd have the stories, you have the pharma reps showing up and they want to introduce the doctors to some new medicine, but the doctors are very thoughtful. They don't just prescribe things willy-nilly. They usually just will take the lunches, but then they just kind of laugh behind the scenes like, well, it's just another advertising thing. But doctors only prescribe things if there's peer-reviewed studies, if they know it's going to work, things like that. They're not on the side of big pharma. So at least the majority. So I just for people that worry, that's just why I wanted to bring that up.
I sat down with my doc one day and I said, man, I cannot imagine the shit you guys got to deal with these days, because you got people coming in here, they hear an ad on the TV and say, this is what I need to do, write it up. And they're like, well, wait a minute, now, hold on a second now. Yeah, I don't know if you need trifecta over here. Let's find out what problems you're having and stuff. It seems today it's the opposite, Kingsley. It seems everybody goes to their doctor and tells them what drugs they need because these dang pharmaceutical ads that are always playing on the TV everywhere.
No, it's more because of the internet and AI. Actually.
Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah, of course. That doesn't help either.
Yep.
Yeah.
But most doctors understand. We get that you get that in your industry. I get that in my industry too. You just know how to deal with it. And you just kind of say, well, from my experience, this is why I know you don't need this or you need that. And most people will still work with you. And so I've had a lot of good doctors that are very patient with things.
Yeah.
And they know how they have to deal with that.
Yeah. Scarlett, do you want to say anything before we go?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, Minor, thanks, man. That's a good topic. Any final words? I didn't want to cut you off. Do you want to say something else?
Just real quick on that. Kingsley said, with the whole colonoscopy thing, I actually saw a couple of adverts during the Super Bowl that was saying you can get a blood test now that you can catch that early, so you won't technically have to go through colonoscopy. Like they can catch it in a blood test when you're my age, in your early 40s.
Well,
so it's like this. Yeah. It's almost just worth it just to see. Like I told my doctor the first time I said, he's like, well, we can do a blood test to see if anything's off. We can check levels for this and this. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And that was, luckily for me, the only thing that was really low testosterone.
It's funny you should mention that, Minor, because our very good buddy, very close friend of mine, Mr. Admiral Nips, he's a long time, probably one of the OGs in our Discord community. And then they, of course, him and Fluffy Fingers MD run the Potato Thumbs podcast. They've been doing it longer than we have. he works for that company that tests your poo to look for colon cancer.
Oh, nice.
Well,
yeah.
they
You can do it that way too.
yeah. Well, what they did is they have a new test that'll screen for more different kinds of cancers, and they gave all their employees the test for free. I mean, it's like I think it was like a $600 test or something if you go through your insurance or whatever. And he found a very rare form of cancer in his body, and they caught it so early that he's fighting it right now. So shout out to Admiral Nips, man. We're always thinking about you, bud. Hope you're fighting a good fight out there, man. So yeah, when you mentioned that, I had to give a shout out to Admiral Nips because he's going through it right now, and only because that test revealed something. They caught it early. If they would have not caught it at all, he may not be with us today. You know, it's hard to think about. So anyway, man, I thought it was a worthy topic for tonight because so many of us game and we sit and we're very sedentary in our lifestyles, and man, just if anything, just set your damn timer for an hour, and after an hour of gaming, get up and go walk around the house. You know, go outside and stretch, put your head in the sunshine, you know, if you have sunshine. If you live in London or whatever, I'm sorry, but you know, get outside and get some fresh air. It'll clear your head too. So many good things to do. Just set a timer for an hour. And after an hour of playing, just get up and move around, because your blood, it pools in your legs and stuff. You hear people getting, you know, blood clots and stuff because they sit so long. So yeah, get up and move around, man. Especially us gamers. We got to remember that. I know a lot of us are younger out there, but I'm just telling you, it'll catch up to you. So, all right. Thanks, Miner. Thanks for bringing it up tonight, man. All right.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We're going to touch base with Bungie coming up next. Good deal, man. All right, let me pull up the old Bungie, the Bungie sphere. All right. Let me make sure. I'll mention that after. We'll go with the 12 first. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, for as like I mentioned every week, as our homage to our roots as a Destiny podcast, we definitely check in with Bungie and see what's new, if anything's going on with Destiny 2, and I guess now Marathon. So here we go. Marathon just released an article talking about how seasons are going to be working, and they also put out a roadmap. I know, don't shoot the messenger. I know there's no roadmap for Destiny yet. And they even talk about beyond season 2 even. So just a really, really, really abbreviated breakdown here of how the seasons are going to work. The seasons in Marathon are going to be 3 months long. The updates, by the way, are free. There's no expansion. There's no DLC you got to pay for. $40 for the game and you're done for the year. So, but after that 3 month period of time, every season resets your gear, your player level, your faction process. So the game always stays competitive and I guess dangerous because everyone starts from scratch. So you don't have these moments where you're coming in, you know, 3 months into the game later and you're like, well, geez, everyone has the best guns, the best gear, you know, they're staying invisible forever. You know, everyone has to reset after that 3 month period. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What if Destiny was like that? Do you think that would be a good thing for Destiny?
Destiny shouldn't be like that.
No?
But I'm glad Marathon's like that, and Diablo does that too. And some games it's really good for.
Yeah.
And Diablo actually you can pick one way or the other, but I think it sounds good.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
What do you think about? Do you play games where they have seasonal fresh starts?
Not recently, no. If they do, I don't really dive into them. I've been playing things like Cyberpunk, Red Dead Redemption, Final Fantasies, things like that. So
I got you. Yeah, I've been seeing you play Cyberpunk
one-offs for like the past 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. Because then you just work a little bit at the game every time you sit down to play it. I love that part of it. What about you, Scarlett? What do you think about all this, man? The 3 month wipes.
I've never really played a game where it does that.
Me neither.
I mean, I know in our creators, they just had what's called an expedition where you can choose if you want to completely reset.
Right. but it's not
I've never.
it's not, you're not
Yes.
obligated to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, Marathon did launch today. They're going to have, there's 6 factions, there's 6 runner shells, 28 weapons, and 3 zones that you can go play in, 3 maps, in other words. You start on Tau Ceti 4, and the community kind of works together to unlock the 4th zone. They call it Cryoactive. This is the Marathon ship, by the way. They have rank modes, which launches not now, but in late March for high stakes loot and rewards. In other words, you're going to have to enter these ranked games. You're going to have so much loot. The loot, it's all about how much your loot is worth when you're putting your loadout together. That's what's going to determine if you can qualify. You're putting enough in the ante basically to jump in, and if you lose it all, then you lose it all. But there's high rewards too, so that's the new ranked mode they got coming out. Season 2 is called Nightfall. And they're going to introduce something called the Cradle. It's a system where you can customize your runner stats. So I guess it's more of a different kind of UI where you can just slap stuff together maybe quicker than you can now. They're going to have a night map for Dire Marsh, which they're saying is going to be tougher with the UESC, the security drones and stuff out there. And then every season you're going to have a unique theme, and the meta is going to shift to keep the gameplay kind of from getting stale. So it's kind of like sandbox tuning, right, in Destiny. So they're going to be doing that. I mean, it seems that Bungie's kind of learned from some of its mistakes from the Destiny franchise with no paid DLC or expansions, and then resetting everyone back to 0, so you're never behind in the game, and if you never have to worry about catching up or anything like that. So many of my friends tried to join Destiny 2 and just said, man, they just quit the game eventually because there was just so much they had to do just to get caught up. But I don't know, maybe this new system will be the answer for stale content, but we'll just have to see. But I do want to mention something. Keep in mind, even though the game's $40 and there's no DLC or any paid content, there is a premium track for the season pass, and it is $10 or 1,000 Rubicons or some new, it's not silver, they call it something else, like cubicles or something. I don't know anyway, but there is that you can pay for if you want to unlock different things for the season. Now, going into this week in Destiny for March 5th, and I'll just be honest, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. The Praxic time trials are done. They're passing out all of the emblems for that. There's some good videos in here of
stuff in the past. There's nothing they have to talk about stuff in the past.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few more videos. Yeah, the world's first duo challenge. They show the video of that. They have sent out all the emblems for the Dark Age hunt. If you were doing the the sticks and stones challenge, those, they said there's a form you can click in here if you need to submit a valid video. And you got till well, it doesn't say. Just, I guess there's a form in here if you feel you got left out. Also, it is Women's History Month for the month of March. We can't thank the women out there enough, let me tell you, especially the ones in my house. But in recognition of Women's History Month, we're spotlighting 2 organizations, Women in Games International and Futures Without Violence. Both organizations will lead innovative programs to build community, provide resources, and expand economic opportunities. For the month of March, we invite the community to join us in making a difference. So they have a pin and an emblem they're giving away. Well, not giving away. If you order the new International Women's Day collectible pin, you'll receive an accompanying code for the Empowered Voices emblem. Looks pretty good. It's a very clean looking emblem. Got a green and purple look. With each purchase, $7 will be donated to the Bungie Foundation to support Women in Games International and Futures Without Violence. But if you also donate $10 through the Bungie Foundation campaign by March 31st, you'll receive this new Cosmic Circuitry emblem. And I got to tell you, this circuitry emblem is very detailed. It's very nice. It has like a dark, I want to say like a electric blue kind of look. It looks pretty good. So I might just donate $10 just to get the emblem. So the new player guide, they're adding another part, Kingsley. They're talking about resources. They're talking about third-party stuff probably like Dim and things like that for Destiny 2. So they have a link here if you're a new player and you want to read up on that. There's a link in there. They released update 9.5.5.4, and this weekend in Destiny, they have some surges coming. The Crucible has Checkmate Mix, Team Scorch Rumble. Crucible Ops has Relic and Mayhem. Grandmaster Vanguard Alert is Exodus Crash. And Trials of Osiris will be on Endless Veil, and the weapon is the Martlet, that beautiful pulse rifle they have. So, and they said next week Trials is headed to Javelin 4. It's my favorite map. And it'll be the Corundum Hammer, which is the new hand cannon in Trials. So, known issues list, shit's broken. And they have a movie of the week you can watch as well. But that is it as far as what is going on with Bungie this week. I mean, obviously Marathon dropped today, so that has been the focus for I think it's the focus for the whole studio, if you ask me. I'm sure the Destiny side of Bungie is looking over there hoping that the release of today's Marathon game will be a success. I'm sure they're rooting each other on.
Well,
so
it's doing really good so far.
Yeah.
We have about 89,000 very stable through the whole day concurrent players on Steam alone. And guess how much Destiny has today?
Is this Steam?
7,000?
Is this
About
Steam?
7. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd say about 7,000 to 9,000 probably.
Yeah, 7,000 about for Destiny. But I mean, I'm not trying to like complain about that. I'm just saying like, in case you think 89,000 isn't high, it is. Also on Twitch right now is the number 2 streamed game right now on Twitch.
Yeah, I know what
game's higher.
It's Resident Evil, isn't it?
Nope. Actually, Resident Evil is right below it. They're basically tied. But for some reason, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still really big.
What? What is going on, Twitch? Fortnite.
Well, I don't know. Maybe something's going on. I don't know. But no, this is live as of
really.
Actually,
you're looking at the numbers. What was their peak concurrent?
Resident Evil went up. It beat Marathon a little, but they're all they're all fluctuating right now.
Well, I'm sure the YouTubers out there will start
number 2 at one point, people. So
they'll start flexing. They'll start flexing. They'll see what the numbers are. I'm sure people will start playing for it or start talking about the numbers in the next Woe Is Us videos.
I also saw an ad on Twitch for Marathon. That's they're putting the big money for that.
They're really pushing it out there, man. That is for sure. The season article was pretty good. I like that they're talking about what's already coming up ahead of in the Marathon game. So anyway, okay, let us move on to our second topic of the night, and that is Mr. Kingsley Mack. Be right back. All right, let me reset here real quick, Kingsley.
That's so funny. It was number 2, and then I refreshed and it went down to number 4. But
hey, man, it's a living thing. It's a living, breathing thing, right?
That's how Twitch is. But still, even top 10 in general is always good.
I mean, dude, I tuned into Astacross today. He had 59,000 people watching him. That's pretty freaking amazing. I mean, what's his name? Grenadier Jake had like 2,000 people watching him play. So people are curious. They're curious what this game's about. I get it, man. I totally get it. So, all right. All right, you all set, Kingsley?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. 3, 2. All right, for our second topic of the night, it's Mr. Kingsley Mack. What do you got for us this week, Kingsley?
Hey, everyone. Glad to be here again. And, I just kind of wanted to, something was coming to mind. I actually kind of got the idea and then I morphed it. I do want to give a shout out to the DPS podcast. There was a topic last week or the week before about reviewing games and how many hours people should put into it. And I was like, I want to expand on that. Plus, I have my own thing. My main point of it's going to be coming from the angle of how to know if a game is for you. Okay. And basically, I think, first of all, starting off, it's important to know your personality type of what types of things you like, right? That's just the basics right there. It may sound silly even saying that, but for example, if you're a super extrovert type of person, right? And then you try to dial into a very long, even if it's amazingly rated, but single player game, you could have a chance of getting bored or anxious to hop back over to a group play game, right? But then on the same token, if you're an introvert, you don't necessarily, you might feel peer pressure into playing a game that some of your friends are, even if it's a game that's not for you. So I think over time, we can gain experience on knowing what types of genres and games we like. Now, how do reviews play into this? Definitely reviews, take them with a grain of salt. I think it's always important to take them into a certain percentage of your overall view on if you're going to consider a game or not. I think if you're not sure about a game, it can and should be added as a data point. And maybe if you're less experienced with gaming, then maybe take it as a higher percentage into your thing. But if you're already a pretty experienced player and you're sure kind of about what types of games or genres you already like, then it should be a much smaller percentage of what the reviews say. Because again, if you know you like probably a game coming up or a certain genre, then even if that game has a bad review, that definitely should be a very small data point. You don't let it influence you too much. But another thing to consider is kind of a caveat there, though, is for single player games that get amazing reviews like a 9, a 9.5, or in a game of the year category, don't sleep on those. Usually there's a very good reason for it. For example, for me, it's how I started playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I'd seen so many good reviews on it and heard from others how amazing of a game it was. And it actually got me to give a chance on a game like that. See, I generally don't like turn-based games. I remember I tried a little bit of Final Fantasy in the past or watched others playing games like that, and it kind of bored me. But then I also knew that Expedition 33 was a little more, was definitely turn-based, but it's a little more action-oriented added into it. So that, along with the amazing reviews, is what got me to try the game. And I'm so glad I did because I absolutely love the game.
And you talked me into it, and my hard-headedness, and
Yeah.
I loved it too, man. It's a great game.
Yeah. But another example on the opposite side is a game that I actually did give a chance on a genre that I generally don't like, is a game Hades 2. I know that's an amazing game. Great sound, great graphics, but it's a roguelike game, and I don't really like roguelike stuff. So I gave the game a try, played a few, several rounds through it. It's great. It's an amazing game, but even though I gave it a try, it's still not so much for me. But I don't mind that I gave that a try.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, how long should you maybe play a game before you know how good it is? Well, this can be the hardest thing to know or answer. For example, if you don't like the genre, then it's unlikely you will like it, even if you're playing 10 or 20 hours in. But then I have also played some games I was a little on the fence about and realized about 3 to 8 hours in that this game is so much more and way more amazing than I thought it would be. We're even hearing that from the marathon players, which I'm sure you guys will talk about more. Like, you get 5 hours in, you appreciate the game even more. Now, usually this is more related to how much you need to play the game to get past any confusion and understand the menus and the mechanics. It's not usually related to the overall if you like the game or not, but kind of it's still an important sub point that maybe you think you'll like the game, but you're a little confused still and you don't love everything about it. We'll put some more hours into it and give it a chance. All right, and then last, if you're going to review a game yourself, and again, shout out to DPS Podcast for some of these things, please never review a game that you did not put much time into, right? That's so unfair. People that do like, oh, this game, they review bomb or things like that. I'm not going to review Hades 2 because I think it's overall a good game for a lot of people, but it didn't click with me. But I'm not going to give it a negative review because I didn't put much time into it. It's not for me, but it doesn't mean I think it's a bad game.
What do you?
So to review,
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, you review.
I'll review and then I'll pass it over.
Yeah, I just had a question.
So to review, know your personality, what types of genres of games you like. Put in your own appropriate mix of how much of a percentage you will add in, take and consider reviews. Don't buy into ones that you will for sure not like, hoping it'll change your mind, but also consider being open-minded if it's in an area you have not tried for a while or is getting amazing reviews. And if you are then playing a game and on the line, maybe consider playing a little bit longer to understand the mechanics. And don't review games yourself unless you've played them enough. All right, what do you guys think, Todd? You had a
No,
question?
yeah, it was a great topic, man. I thought it'd be perfect for tonight since our community's kind of split with marathon right now. There's people who are just will not even touch it, and there's people who are loving it, including me. No, I was curious. I think what would be really nice is if maybe with the advent of AI in the future, that people who make comment or do reviews for games have to own the game. One, like a Steam review, and two, maybe they have to register a minimum amount of time in the game before they can review it. Because I'll tell you right now, man, when I played we both played the alpha, Kingsley, and you were like, yeah, this isn't my thing. And I wanted to like it. And the alpha of Marathon was far cry different. In my opinion, I thought it was far cry different than what it is now. I think they really cleaned it up. It definitely looks more like a finished game now than it did when we played the alpha. But the point you made about giving the game a chance, that is really what has made the difference for me with Marathon. When I played the server slam this past week, once I actually gave it a little bit of time to cook, and even if I was getting my ass handed to me, I was learning how this game is put together. And that's going to be Bungie's biggest Achilles heel, is getting people to try the game long enough. And that was a great point. When reviewing a game, I think you should have a minimum amount of time in before you can. I mean, if you, Lord knows, I'm not.
Yeah,
I only play Destiny.
Listen, they expand upon that a little bit more on the DPS podcast episode.
Right.
So I didn't want to go into that part
Right.
too much. And it can be hard because some games you would need to put in more than others to really have a feel for it. But
yeah. Shout out to those guys, by the way. I'm going to be on their podcast next week. Be talking with them about the new show and probably some marathon and stuff. So
yeah, but I kind of, my overall point is not so much on the review side, but like I really want people to kind of be honest with themselves of like knowing what types of genres they want and staying confident. So there's two sides of this. You don't need to be talked into games that your friends are playing if it's for sure not going to be for you. But at the same time, try to be open-minded every once in a while for game genres you haven't tried for a while. And it can help so you're not buying games, wasting money. And it can also help so you can buy games that you haven't tried for a bit and have fun with them.
Yeah, if anything, that's the game of the month is really what has forced me. It's like I've made a promise with the community that I'm going to try this game for the month. And I'm so glad I decided to put that in the show because it's making me play games instead of me going, I know I said I was going to play it, but I don't want to play Destiny tonight. And it's forcing me to try new games. And I'll be honest, Kingsley, my eyes have been opened. You know how long it's been that I've been playing just Destiny, and maybe okay, during the hurricane I played some Balatro, and Balatro was a lot of fun, but I can play that on my phone. It's not real. I don't really consider it on the same level. It's more of a busy game. Or if I'm sitting in line at the DMV, that's when I want to pull out Balatro. But Destiny is a very involved game, and I really would never. I would always look at games and go, no, it's not Destiny. And I just turn a blind eye to it. I wouldn't even give it any other thought. So I'm just curious what the others here thought. Minor, Scarlett, whoever wants to speak.
For me, I had never played an extraction shooter before the server slam. So I decided since it's free, why not give it a shot? And then I sat here, and then it was like 9 o'clock when I got on. Before I knew it, I looked down, it was 1:30 in the morning.
Yep. Bungie does that.
So I found something I enjoyed that I didn't know I enjoyed. Just by trying it out.
Yeah. I get it,
Well, yeah, man. Glad you like it.
I get it. By you, Minor, you play a lot of different games. What's your take on all this?
I don't really, as far as Marathon goes, I don't have any plans to play it. All I gotta say is like, if you want to play a new game too, that's fine. But I go into like, people have Game Pass and they have PlayStation Plus and all the different tiers and all of those. And I'm not sure what Steam has, but I know you can get a lot of free games off of Steam too. Like, you have a lot of us pay for all of this stuff and nobody ever uses it. Like I have a friend that has the PlayStation and he has the top tier, and he's always telling me like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this game and I'm gonna buy this game and I'm gonna buy this game." It's like, man, you get all these free games and you get the service to play this game online for free. Like instead of throwing all your money into one game, like start playing all these games that are given to you from the service that you pay for.
Yeah.
And then, you might be able to find out a new genre then. Like Kingsley said, I never played a roguelike game myself. And then they had a Ninja Turtle one, and I'm a huge fan from, childhood. Started playing that. I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun. I want to say it's called Splintered Fate or something like that, but the roguelike that Ninja Turtles had was insanely fun.
Mm.
Then a buddy of mine told me about the game, oddly enough, it's called Hades. Went into that. I don't like it as much, but it's the same type of game. So it's like, just find the games that you give it a try. Look up, all these games that come out, the developers put together a little video usually. Look at the game and just be like, oh, that looks like it might be fun. I'll give it a go. But like Kingsley said, like give it an honest review or give it an honest try before you play for 20 minutes and like, oh, this game sucks. If I did that, I never would have played The Witcher, which is one of my top games of all time, because I started that game like, God, this game's hard and I don't like the way it plays. And then I gave it another go, and I think I've played it almost 3 times now in the last 5 years.
Yeah, not just games. Like I've said so many times on the show before, my first watch through of both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I was like, what is this? I don't like this. And then I gave it another try. It's like my top shows ever now, those 2 shows.
How many times you watch those seasons? 3 times?
3 total times through each of them.
Damn.
So far. I'm sure I'll have more.
That's more than me. I did it twice. It's crazy. It's a good show, man. Yeah. Hey, I get what you're saying, Miner. You see, another thing that Kingsley mentioned is know what you like to play. And I'm a shooter guy. It's really hard for me to try to jump into a role-playing game because usually I get bored pretty quick, because it's like, talk to this person, go talk to this person, and then the mouths don't line up, and it's like, oh, we're back in 1998 again. What the hell? I'm very picky about stuff like that. But yeah, I know I like shooters, and usually I'll give shooters a crack first. But that being said, I have Ghost of Yotai and I have Ghost of Tsushima that I do plan on playing this year. And I'm really curious once I jump in there if it's something I'm going to like or not. I don't know what to see.
Well, yeah, just one more sub point on that. I think single player games are the best genre, or the best, category, not genre, category to give a game a chance or a trial. And I know usually single player games might cost a little bit more than live service, or at least for a trial or free to play games. But live service and ongoing games, a lot of times people kind of know what they want, what they like, and it's easier to make the decisions there. But yeah, single player games, those are the ones that people should be potentially giving a chance. And you might find some that you didn't think you would like.
Yeah. Well,
it's the live service games where you can be more confident what you don't like, actually. Those are the ones that are probably a little more easy to be.
And it's funny, you think with the Game Pass system they have out now that people that have Game Pass would try more games. But as I was talking last week about Phil Spencer, I think one of the things that was his demise, and you can say he was retiring or whatever, but I still think it's different. I think that's just corporate speak, what he decided to do. But I think he really counted on people that play Call of Duty being included in Game Pass. I really think he thought those people would jump over and play other games, and people like their games, man. And they're very, very, sometimes so hardcore. I mean, that's why they call them black hole games, because people play these games and they're gone. They don't look at any other games. That's what they play, is Call of Duty every night, or with their friends or whatever. And that used to be me. But, yeah, I take it from someone who played 11 years of Destiny and pretty much did not play any other games. There were a few exceptions, but I am seeing the light now that I'm playing other games. And so many people would rag on me in the Discord. And Easy Gaming, one of our original hosts of Guardian Downcast, would always make fun of me because I would pull up the game that I'm deciding to play. I'd look at the title screen and go, no, it's not Destiny. And he'd always say, how was that title screen? Did it look good? Was the artwork really done well? Because he always knows that's what I do. I'd go right to the title screen and then immediately close that and go play more Destiny. So, yeah.
Well, look, it's a fine line. And at the same point, too, see, I'm very fair. Like, I do want people to kind of like stretch and consider other things. But at the same time, if you just like Destiny, if that's what you're playing, we also in this community will never rag on you.
No.
I mean, we'll poke at you, like try other games, but there's nothing wrong with playing one game either. You're not, sometimes like when you mention that one name, sometimes people almost think you're like being a bad person for only doing one game. I would never go that far, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I mean, I'm starting to see a little bit of, what would I call it? A little bit of, rumbling in our community because some of us are playing Marathon and stuff and not Destiny. And some people are like, what is this a Destiny? Is this a Destiny community or what are we doing here? And you eloquently put it out there. So I didn't feel I needed to answer any more than that. So I think you explained it very well, Kingsley. Yes. So, but yeah, I mean,
you'll always support the Destiny players.
Yes,
also. You don't feel like you can't like the game.
I heard Guardian Games is coming out soon. You know who's going to be playing that because they have kick-ass guns in Guardian Games and usually have really good armor too. So it's all about the carrot and a stick for me. What am I getting for my playtime? What do you got for me? And if it's worth my time and it's something I really think is badass, I'm going to play it. So anyway, any last words, Kingsley, on your topic?
No, thank you, everyone.
That was a good topic.
It was a fun kind of side topic that just came to mind recently due to a couple other things.
I agree. I think it was apropos today because so many of us are playing the new Marathon game, and I think a lot of people felt pressure in the community that maybe they should be playing it when, you're right.
No, hopefully there's no pressure.
No, not pressure, but
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, like you said, a lot of your friends are playing Marathon right now, and you're like, I really should play, but I really don't like the game. If you don't like the game, you're going to be miserable the whole time. What fun is that? Even with friends.
Exactly. And that's how it is kind of with me on Crucible, right? Look, people used to say, like, you haven't tried it enough. No, trust me, I've tried it enough. And, I'll still joke around. I'd almost rather just be in the chat listening to people than playing it while I'm there with you all. But I still don't like Crucible and Destiny. And I'm confident with that. I don't need to feel bad about it. But I also love when people do like it. Do you? It's like what you like and don't apologize. That's the famous saying.
Yep. Admiral Nips.
The only reason why I like Crucible is because I'm usually drinking in there.
Yeah, you're numbing the pain. It's called Crucible juice. Thanks to Ron. Ron used to call it Crucible. I got my Crucible juice right here. And what do you think they call him? Moonshine. He's always drinking when he's playing Crucible. Jeff always
I don't know if that's because of playing Crucible or who he's playing with.
Not only that, but he's from North Carolina. He has his... He probably makes his own alcohol for all I know. Who knows? But he likes that alcohol.
You're telling on so many people tonight.
I am, man. I gotta be careful. Be careful. Jeff's gonna hunt me down. All right, great topic. Thanks, Kingsley. Great topic, man. All right, our last topic tonight. Scarlett and I are both gonna chime in on this one, so we'll do that right after this. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. JD Kent, 11 months subbing on Twitch. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Dadbot Hero, 3 months subscription to our community Twitch. Thank you, sir. All that goes right back into our community. All the stuff we pay for, it goes right there with all our Patreon funds as well. So thank you, sirs, for that.
Marathon went back up to number 2. Arc Raiders is number 1 now, so things are just fluctuating.
No. All it is people are like, okay, I've got my first-person shooter out of the way. Let's go play some third-person shooter now. They're probably like, okay, let me go. I need to clean my palate before I go to bed.
Like a very busy night tonight.
Resident Evil is just 1,000 behind Marathon. It's still holding in strong.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I'll be talking about that more on the catch-up segment.
Good.
That game.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. I need, I'm sorry. I got to go to the bathroom. I need just like 2 seconds here and I'll be right back.
Break.
Yep. Just a small little break here, guys.
Good.
In fact, you know what? I got I've got some Trials gunplay I'll play here. For those of you on the stream right now. Be right back.
Scarlett, if you're in the Maddie, if you're in the chat, have you kept the game open all day today? Currently at work, gotcha. But it is pretty amazing. They've stayed on Steam at least, and it's hard to get the numbers on consoles, but pretty even. I mean, I guess at one point it did go to 81,000, but generally kind of staying up in the 87 to 89,000 range on Steam. I mean, I predicted it would do well enough. If anyone remembers listening about 6 months ago, I forget if it was right before or right after like the lowest point with all the art scandal stuff, but I predicted the game was going to do well initially. After this again in 6 months, but I was pretty spot on that it's doing well enough.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I was looked at my bladder. My bladder looked back at me and said, "No, dog. You're not going to make it to the end of the. Open? You're not going to make it to. No, I was just hypothetically talking, and I said, "No, dog. You're not going to make it to the end of the show tonight." So I figured, let's just do it now. So, okay, I do have my game open, by the way. I just want to explain a few things about the marathon game, by the way. So, I'll share my screen too for those of you who are in Discord. I'll be sure to share my screen if
too long-winded.
Yep, you're right. Okay. All right, here we go.
These are the things that Todd doesn't know, but other people do.
Yes, of course. Here we go. All right, so just as we just finished up the Marathon Server Slam and the official Marathon game launched today, I first wanted Scarlett and myself to give our first impressions of the open beta, the Server Slam. And even though Marathon and Arc Raiders are two very different games, the objective is still the same. Get in, get some loot, and get the hell out of there. Oh, and don't die while you're trying to do it. So I just wanted to share some differences that I've experienced playing both games since Arc Raiders was the game of the month for Guardian Down Roundtable for the month of February. And Scarlett, I want to hear your opinions also here as well. So just chime in when you want to. Then finally, I want to give some input on what could make both games better, in my opinion. And again, Scarlett, I'll ask you to chime in as well. First things first, I was invited to play the closed alpha. I mentioned me and Kingsley both were invited to the closed alpha. And when I was done playing, I just didn't have a good feeling for the game. In fact, I went to their closed Discord, their private Discord, just for the alpha players. And I gave my feedback of my playtesting. And the first thing I told them was that the UI was not detailed enough and that I couldn't really easily decipher the items in it. And I distinctly remember other members in that game giving me shit that it wasn't constructive feedback. And what do you know? This is the most mentioned complaint from the public open beta. It's funny. It's like, I know what Bungie games should look like, right? Since I've been playing them a while now. I wasn't going to play the open beta at first, but I noticed that lots of people were having a good time, so I gave it another go. The first thing I noticed that the lighting was much better in the alpha. In the alpha, the worlds were very dark, very hard to navigate. The second thing I noticed, at least in my eyes, is that the game felt a little tighter. Maybe the resolution was a little bit better too. Maybe the graphics were a little tighter. And for the record, I played all weekend entirely solo. I tried the destroyer shell and basically got destroyed. I also tried the assassin shell, and it gave me that void hunter vibes in Destiny. And I must admit, I really enjoyed being able to just get out of sticky situations with the invisibility and the smoke, the grenades that it has. When it was unlocked, I did try the rook shell for the day, and it took me a little more time to understand how it was supposed to be used effectively. And of course, the very first game I launched into, I literally spawned right in the middle of a team of 3, and obviously immediately got shot. Wasn't a very good impression off the bat, to say the least. But once I started playing it more, I was getting down at special abilities and was able to extract, from the guarded points just like by blending in. That was one of the benefits of being a rook. You can blend right into the enemies. The only problem is that the assimilation abilities, they don't last for the full extraction countdown. So you need about a minute for the extraction, once you extract, for it to start the rings and start taking you back up. So it would run out, and I would be usually knocked on my butt, and I would crawl to the circular areas and just in the nick of time get retransported. On my third day, I had a good grasp of how to play it, how to move around the maps. I also started getting involved with the contracts and learning about the different factions out there. The lore and the story cutscenes were starting to appear. That was it. I was hooked. I love the music, the sound design. It gives me these creepy, futuristic vibes of uncertainty and mystery. And what little bits of lore I did, see in cutscenes and stuff was fascinating. Even though I could be killed at any moment, and trust me, I did, whether I was getting too cocky around the PvE enemies or just getting shot by an invisible assassin sitting in a corner, and that's going to happen too. It's very frustrating. The lore had me, man. There's really some story and some background to this game, and I really think it's going somewhere. I don't think it's just a PvP shooter. So overall, and Scarlett, you can tell me here, it kind of left me wanting more, just like Destiny did years ago when I first played the beta in 2014 and 2014. So Scarlett, I'm just curious, the server slam, you said you're not even an extraction shooter player. What were your impressions overall when you played this weekend before it launched today?
Well, like I said, I spent 3 or 4 hours and didn't even realize I spent that long playing this game.
Yeah.
It just, once I got into it, I was playing with Slamming and Zebrak.
Okay.
Time just flew by.
So you played as a group.
I enjoyed, yeah.
Okay.
Now, I got killed a lot more by players than anything else.
Did you feel more emboldened being that you had 2 other players with you? Because when I was playing solo, I had to play very carefully. In fact, Kingsley was watching one of my streams and he goes, "This feels like a horror game almost, because you're like sneaking around. You're just waiting not to get shot or found out, Did you feel a little more emboldened playing in a group? Because I haven't played in a group yet. I've been playing solo the whole time.
Yeah, we did. Or I pretty much just followed Zebrak around because, well, he seemed like he knew what he was doing. So I was like, okay.
He plays a lot of PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Plays a lot of Crucible.
Games like this are going to be harder if you're playing solo.
Oh, I understand that. I like the challenge of it, though. That's the thing, Kingsley.
Yeah.
I like the challenge of it. And I had people...
But I think it's important to say for people that don't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
They think it's easier as a group. Like they don't actually know that. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
keep in mind when you play solo and you turn the team fill off, and I had crossplay off too. I want to play against console players because mouse and keyboard have a definite advantage playing looter shooter. I mean these extraction games because they can use their mouse and just whiz stuff in and out of their inventory really quickly, especially as they get better playing it. Where I'm using a controller with a slow little, mouse cursor going over stuff and looking and reading what it is and stuff. And sometimes by the time I do that, I've been shot and I'm dead, whether it's in PvE or PvP. But
well, you're never going to want to play in a group then?
no, I want to play in a group. But here's it. I'll kind of explain my strategy a little later. But I just want to make sure Scarlett had said his piece. Did you? Was there anything you else want to mention about your experiences over the weekend? Want to make sure you had equal time talking.
I like that you actually get hit markers in this game, unlike
Yes.
Arc Raiders.
Did you? I love when you kill a PvE enemy, you get the little space invader. The space invader. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, that one's down. It's not getting back up. I don't know about you, but I thought today it seemed to me that they toned down the PvE like just a hair. Because when I was shooting the PvE enemies today, except, the blue heavily shielded one, which I took damn near all my ammo to kill him, I felt like the PvE enemies went down just a little bit. I knew you hadn't had a ton of time to play today, but I played for about 3 hours today before heading off to the gym. And I thought the PvE enemies were a little bit softer, just a little bit. Did you pick up on that at all? Or do you think it's about the same? Or what do you think?
I just played the opening at Tau Ceti.
The beginner map. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, let me switch gears here and talk about my experience playing Arc Raiders. So Arc Raiders was the game of the month for February. I wanted to share a few thoughts on it here. First, the worlds are fantastic. They're very realistic. I could feel I was right there in these dangerous environments. I got a lot of Destiny vibes from it. I mean, it was very realistic, and the worlds were enormous. You'd be walking forever, and there's no sparrows. So you'd just be running forever to get from point to point. At first, I kind of took the enemies for granted, but I soon learned that they are tough, and they're smart, and they're persistent. And I got put on my back several times thinking I could just shoot my way out of things. Like in Destiny, you can usually shoot your way out or respawn and come back in. All the systems, though, I felt like they really thought through the overall systems. They kind of overlapped each other, at least to a certain degree. For instance, I could buy materials, guns, health items, or whatever else I needed from the 5 vendors underground, which is where the main world is. They call it Toledo, I think. Or I could just make them from workbenches, thanks to Jealous Gaming. He took me out there and we built all my workbenches that I needed. So I actually can make stuff from raw materials and make these items as well if I don't have the money to buy them. I also could get the set items from just roaming the gaming worlds and scavenging. So there was kind of more than one way to accumulate the items you needed to craft and the things you needed to survive in the game world. Overall, 85% of the games I jumped into, various times of the week, mind you, the other raiders were helpful. Their comms were open. Although I didn't use a mic, I could communicate using the little voice wheel they give you. I could also do emotes and variation of suits and baubles and stuff. The cosmetics are really cool. All kinds of neat cosmetics. And because it's third person, you can see it. You can see what you're walking around in. It took me about an hour or two to fully understand what the game was about and what I needed to do. And they kind of held your hand at first. And there was a codex you unlocked where it explained the backstory of the game. This is definitely going to be a game that's going to be in my long-term playing rotation. The progression, the things to do, as well as the friendly community that usually helps, makes this a great hobby game for me. And like I said, it's probably going to be one of my games in rotations. But Scarlett, I know you've played Arc Raiders probably a lot more than I have. What are your overall thoughts of Arc Raiders?
I actually just played it for the first time on Monday.
Oh, I thought you played more than me. Oh, sorry, man. So, all right, then give me your initial impressions. What are you thinking? I mean, you've played both games too. What are your impressions from Arc Raiders?
I like it so far. It's just a funny story I was talking to Cloud and I was like, I've encountered a lot of actual players and not one is And then as soon as I went to say killed me, somebody opened the door and shotgunned me to the face.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
yeah,
That's why it's 85%. 85% of people I'm
Like
like,
when they say in movies, like, what could possibly go wrong?
yeah, that usually don't even get that out of your mouth, those words out of your mouth before something happens. Yeah, I happened to me yesterday. I was like, man, this is great. I'm going around, I'm collecting stuff. Look, I'm kicking cans around and stuff. All of a sudden, a guy comes up from an escalator and just shoots me. And I'm like, but, okay. I had like a starter pack on. I'm like, good luck. Hope you get something.
I was playing with Slammin last night and we went to Buried City.
Huh? I like that town.
That as soon as we spawned in, we ran around the corner. Some group of people just shot us.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
nice. 2 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they base your score on how long you're in the world too. You get a bonus for how you get an actual score XP based on how long you're on the world. I don't know if that's the same for Marathon, but the movement in Arc Raiders is based on weight and climbing up stuff and getting up high. Whether you have a grappling hook or you're just climbing.
And the shields can slow you down too.
Yeah. When you carry a shield, that's one of the benefits. You can take the weight off. If you're carrying a shield, it'll reduce the weight. But everything is based on your backpack, how much it weighs. And when it reaches that maximum amount, you become encumbered where you can't really sprint much and you're just kind of limping along. And it's not good because the enemies, the flying enemies in this game are just brutal, man. A lot of them are armored. You can't even shoot through their armor and they just are relentless. They just keep coming at you. Another thing I like to see is the fact that you can prestige in this game through those expeditions you mentioned kind of toward the end of the season, or you can just stay and keep all your skill trees and all your gear. It's like those, I don't know if you remember this, Miner. It's like those level 50s in Call of Duty that never prestige. They have all the attachments on all their guns. They have the diamond camos and stuff. Where Marathon, you have mandatory wipes every 3 months. So it's like get what you can, 3 months, everyone starts from scratch again. But those forever fit level 50s in Call of Duty, I remember those people, man. I'd always be pissed because I'd reset and prestige and start with a basic gun with no attachments, and I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if prestiging is even worth it, but I don't know if I'm going to do
one of those.
Yeah.
Always 50.
Yeah, always 50s, exactly, in Call of Duty. I don't know if I'm going to prestige either. I don't know if I'm going to do this expedition. I know you get an extra bonus, little extra perk in your skill tree, but I don't know if it's worth it. Especially since I'm going to be rotating in different games. But in Arc Raiders, it's based on scarcity. It's all about crafting and putting stuff together. It's you spend a lot of time trying to look for parts, specific gear, whereas Marathon, I'm finding, is a little more streamlined. It kind of has a vendor heavy system where you use a lot of free kits, unless you're the Rook Shell. You can use the Rook Shell if you're broken and it'll give you a random one. It feels like Marathon is more about momentum, about getting a good start, taking off, and then getting what you can and getting out of there as quick as possible. But I felt like there was really no rush in Arc Raiders. I can just kind of look around, enjoy what I'm looking at and stuff. Another thing is Arc Raiders feels more realistic. Like it could be, it could be 75 years from now, we could have those issues and have a Marathon issue. Have an Arc Raiders issue where Marathon feels more like centuries away. Like it's very neo cyberpunk, which I'm surprised you didn't like that aspect of it, Miner, being you play cyberpunk, but it's very, very cyberpunk. It is very much cyberpunk. But the thing about what I'm really liking about Arc Raiders is you have one character and you just keep adding all these skills and gear and building up and everything. But in Marathon, you have 6-7 shells that you choose from, each with kind of specialized skills. That was for my daughter, so she could cringe.
I was gonna say,
6, 7.
what the heck?
It's very similar to Destiny, though. You have these different characters that have their own strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's very much like Bungie to have that kind of system. But what other differences are you finding, Scarlett, between the two games since you've played a little bit of both? Anything else you can think of that really stands out?
Nothing that I can think of right off the top of my head, but I just feel like being new to extraction shooters,
Yeah.
Marathon Server Slam, it might just be because I'm used to Bungie's gunplay,
Right.
and the guns felt really good.
I get that, man. I get that. I have done a little research though, and there's complaints that both communities have for these games. The UI problem. I think everybody knows the UI needs to be improved, and Bungie says they're going to improve it. The heat buildup. That's the way they gauge your movement. Maximum movement in Marathon is by heat, not about weight. It's about how much heat you build up, kind of like the heat weapons we're using now in Renegades. People are saying that the heat builds up a little too quickly and it limits your movement in the game a little bit. The big problem I'm having is I can't find enough ammo and healing items in the map areas. So once you're kind of low on health, you don't have anything to charge your shields up anymore, you pretty much have to just go for it. And you die. And that's that. I think we need more health and ammo to be scavengeable in the different gaming parts of the worlds. Now, they did say today, they had a little message they sent to everybody in the game that started playing it today, that you can find more ammo and healing items on the outskirts of the maps. And I have found a little bit out there. So keep that in mind if you're playing Marathon. The onboarding process, you can just add this to the list of Bungie's woes when it comes to holding people's hands and getting them through the game. Rodimus was in my chat this weekend when I was playing the Server Slam, and he says, hey, dude, it's going to take you about 4 hours to figure out this game before you even know what to do. And I agree. It took
That
about
could be okay. Like
yeah,
my topic. You know?
exactly what.
Yeah.
Well, that exactly ties into your topic, because it takes about 3 to 4 hours, unfortunately. And if you're hoping, at least the Marathon devs are hoping, that people stay in it those 3 to 4 hours, because once you do and things start to click, it really does make the difference, man. So, the one thing that Marathon needs, which I love that Arc Raiders has, you got to have a safe pocket. If you're on a mission and you're looking for a certain item, like I needed to find like a speaker or something in Arc Raiders last night. As soon as I found it, I threw it in my safe pocket. So then if anybody decides to grief you and kill you, you still got what you needed for your objective. I tried to do that this morning. I had to go scan a device. I had to get a key card to go scan a device for one of my factions I was trying to level up. And I tried 3 times and I got killed, not by PvE enemies. I got killed by solo players. So it was frustrating because I'm like, dude, I just want to go scan this. You can kill me afterwards. I don't care. And as soon as you get it done, by the way, it clicks off and you're good. But man, it would be really nice to grab that key card that it took you a while to find, put it in a safe pocket. And then if you get killed, guess what? You come back, you don't have to look for the key card anymore. You can go straight to the areas you need to scan and be done with it. That part is very frustrating. And I'm wondering if Marathon adds that safe pocket later, because I think that for us that don't like PvP as much out there, that want to play more to learn about the lore in this game and unlocking all the different factions and intro scenes and stuff to it, it'd be really nice to have that safe pocket. And I think that would appease some of the people who don't play PvP shooters as much.
Well, here's where I want to push back a little bit, and Scarlett actually disagrees with you, and I kind of disagree also.
Okay.
See, the impression I have that they're trying to put out there, and this is what I was trying to tell people too, and I don't even play the game, Marathon's supposed to be more hardcore than Arc Raiders.
Yeah,
and if you're going to start adding in all these things that are going to make it easier and easier and easier, then what differentiates it as much?
I get it. I get it. I mean, pretty much Arc Raiders is everybody kind of talks it out, you know, Everyone has an open mic, or you have the speaking wheel where you can say, hey, thanks, or I owe you one, or I need a revive, or I'm looking for this or something. There's a little wheel you can do that. Marathon doesn't have that. Today I was my very first game. I heard a guy coming in. He was one of the shells that scans the areas and knows where everybody is. Apparently, I kept moving around, so he never, they flash where you're at, but they don't. It's not like it's totally fixed on you. I don't believe. I haven't played the shell yet, but he walked in, and it was pretty much shoot on sight, man. And right as I'm finishing the guy with my knife, he goes, "Wait, dude." I was like, "It's too late. I already pressed the button, man." But here's the thing: if Marathon had some kind of, people have said, yeah, we need an emote wheel in Marathon. But what if you had a dialogue wheel? Because there's no way to communicate with people if you don't have your mic on. That's a very limiting thing.
That's what you should do too, because even if you don't talk, you can still turn Prox Chat on.
I had it on,
them, right?
Yeah, I had it on. I can hear him talking. He's like, "Dude, no, dude." And I'm like, I already hit the finishing button, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell him that because I didn't have my mic open. But if it'd be really nice if you could have a wheel where you could say, "Okay, no sweat," or "No worries," and pick them up, and revive them, pick them up, and then you guys go your separate ways. I feel like that's going to be very rare in Marathon because there's no communication in this game. And even though people were complaining there wasn't Prox Chat in this game, and when I was doing the server slam, nobody was using it. I might have heard one person, and I think he was singing to himself. I don't even think he gave a shit what was going on. And no one was like talking, saying, "Hey man, I see you're over there. I'm going to come in there. I need to grab something. Don't shoot me." Okay. That's the things
I bet that will change. I guarantee it'll change. More people will start using it.
We'll see. But I think there needs to be a dialogue wheel. That's one of my complaints for Marathon because there's no way to communicate if you do not have an open mic. I think that's a definite problem. Scarlett says there's a dialogue wheel. It's not super detailed, but they have one. I've called friendly before a rook to a few people and they didn't shoot at me. You need to show me where this dialogue wheel is, Scarlett, because I don't know where this dialogue wheel is. I mean, the UI is very, very, very jumbled. It's very complex to use. There's a lot of moving around to do. It doesn't flow very well. Where I feel like everything in Arc Raiders, they've kind of thought it out. I'm not shitting all over Marathon. I'm just saying there's a few little things that would make the game just a little bit better, especially for cooperation.
Gross. I said that all along, and that wouldn't stop me from playing the game alone. But we knew this even back in the alpha, and they haven't really made the UI much better. The font is too small. It's ugly. The icons, just the whole UI is horrendous in Marathon, I feel like. And we'll get used to it.
It's that neopunk.
But
Yeah, it's that art style, and some people hate it, some people love it. What is that one movie with Harrison Ford? And a futuristic movie. It was a remake Harrison Ford did in the 80s. Damn. Anyway, it's like my favorite movie. I do know I can't remember it because I'm thinking of Marathon right now. But it is. This reminds me of that type of movie. It's dark, and I remember I got a little flashback where long ago Hazel and I were talking about how it would be really cool if Destiny went dark. And I feel this is it isn't Destiny, but I feel this is Bungie's way of kind of going a little on the dark side. Like you said, it's very hardcore. It's pretty much shoot on sight, especially if you're a rook. People do not like rooks, man. If you get a team of 3 chasing your ass, they're not going to let up. They're going to knock you out because they think you're just a rat going around and scavenging stuff, but that's what it's made to do, is scavenge stuff. But Scarlett, you had any other input here? I don't want to shut you out here, man. Anything you wanted, any complaints, anything you thought that would make Marathon better from the server slam you played?
No.
Blade Runner, thank you, Miner. Blade Runner. That was the Blade Runner. What a damn good movie.
I was impressed, it seems like, especially if you're playing solo, and especially if you have your sound up, and especially if you're like newer to it, it's like playing a horror game.
It
It's
is,
like
dude.
you have to have your head on a swivel, and you
You're
have to be
very
looking
paranoid.
around. And
Yeah.
look, I was actually kind of watching a streamer. I forget if it was Astrocross or someone else,
Yeah.
and watching someone play solo. And I actually got into it a little bit. I didn't think I'd be like interested in watching a stream of it. Most of the streams I watch a little bit and I get bored.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I did appreciate the intensity of it.
Yeah.
Slash borderline on horror.
Well, I will tell you this. If you play as a group, you're going to rank up faster. You're going to get more stuff faster. Playing solo, it's a slog. It really is, because what I found playing day one today against other solo players is everyone is super cautious right now. So, I mean, I had a guy sitting on the outskirts of the map and shot my ass because I was going to try to get you know me, man, it's about my bounties and missions. I was trying to get a mission done, and he just sat there in the back and was pot-shotting me. I'm like, dude, come on, jump in the game and play, okay? You don't sit way back. I mean, it's like where you spawned. It's like you never moved. Anyway.
People are allowed to be long distance.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, there's somebody in this group that plays long
Does that in
distance when we
Crucible.
play
Yeah,
Crucible.
I run when I need to run, but no, I mean, well, think about it.
I love that.
Well, wait a minute now. No. Let's be fair here. Crucible is an arena shooter. It's a small map, and you really can't play too distant. You're going to be in the thick of it.
Marathon too. They can stay back if they want.
All right, fine. Anyway, I got killed by a damn healer today. I was like, what the hell? How did I not see you, dude?
Excuses are already coming, people.
I'll just tell you right now. I'll just tell you right now. I'm enjoying the game. Pretty much today, I'm level 4. I played 3 hours. I think Astrocross was like level 12, playing with 3 other. He was playing with killers. I mean, come on, he's playing with Frostbolt and I think Benny. I mean, these guys all are. These are Crucible kings, man. They're gonna go in there and slay. So they probably got a lot of extractions done. But I'm just the first time I jump in a game, I always like to go in solo because I want to just take my time. I want to look around. I want to smell the air. Technically, whoa. I can't smell the air.
You have
but
that ability?
No. But I just want to kind of take it all in and see what Bungie put together for me here, and then start playing it. And then what my strategy is, and Scarlet, I don't know if this is your strategy too. I'm going to play solo. And I'm going to start stockpiling all my mods, all my stuff, my better guns and stuff. And then when it's a night where I'm going to play with with a group, I'm going to have all this stuff I can just throw right on and play. And I'll have to use the free loadouts and stuff. So what is your strategy going to be, Scarlet, when you go in, once you start playing Marathon, the real game?
I'm going to be using a free kit until I get more used to this game.
Yeah. Definitely use the free kits, because if someone knifes you, you're like, haha, you're not going to get anything. You get the free weapon. You know, it's not like they're taking a gold mod off of you or something. So that's a good way to play, man. I think everyone, if you're jumping into this game, you're not a real big PvP player and you're playing solo, especially, just take the free. And here's another tip. As you upgrade your factions, your kits become more and more, your free kits become more and more complex, where you start getting mods, some cores, you start getting some other things as you rank up your different factions. And that's got to be the thing I love the most, is the factions. Because I have my game up, but you know what? I just want to show you guys this real quick, okay? Here we go.
And real quick, while you're pulling that up,
Yep.
a comment from Rodimus in the chat. Marathon seems like it's launched pretty smooth. The Arc wasn't a very smooth launch when it first started.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's very true. Well, I just want to show on the screen here. This is your loadout page, and you can see it's really hard to tell between these different mods. These are gun mods. It's really hard to tell which one is which for what you're using it for. And you can see I don't have a very big backpack right now, so you really fill this up quickly. This is one thing I loved in Marathon. If your backpack was full and you couldn't keep it, you could recycle it. Some of the items, you could recycle them to raw materials, and they would go straight to your stash back home.
Oh, you mean Arc Raiders?
I meant Arc Raiders. Did I say Marathon? I meant Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here you have to decide what you're going to keep. I mean, if I find a shield on the ground, I can immediately use it instead. If I don't want to use the one I already have, you can use stuff if it's consumable like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But here's the thing I really love about this game. All of these different factions, it's all about getting these contracts done. This is kind of where the game is at. You have all of these different factions, and you can see there's 7 of them here, 6, 7 of them, something like that. Yeah. So I like SIAC because it's the main one, and you get a lot of upgrades. And then you have these trees right here, which you can purchase as you level up your faction as well. You have these skill trees right here, and there's multiple skill trees right here. This is one where you can have less fall resistance. You have one here where you can look at your loot faster when it scans it. You have one here. This is different slots. You have one here that's all about getting more. Your wallet gets bigger. Things here. This right here is it unlocks enhanced weapons that you can buy straight from the vendors. And another thing on top of all this is as you unlock more of these trees, you unlock these capstones at the bottom. And when you unlock these different capstones, you get even more benefits. So think of it as a tree with different levels. Like, you have 3 levels on this one here for the lockbox key. Then you have 6. You have 6 capstones that you're unlocking as well. So the more stuff here you unlock, the more these capstones go up right here, and you get even more rewards. You get a superior backpack. I mean, come on, that's level 5, and it's different for every one of these, by the way. Different things that they can do for you. You get leg mods here. Unlocks a free shield every day. You get a free shield here. Everybody, all of them are different, and I haven't even unlocked the 3 of these yet. I'm still working on these top 3 here. I'm working on Mida right now, by the way. But the thing that's different about this game versus Arc Raiders is it's all about your gear has a certain amount of value to it. That's this value up here. Your Lux, no, not Lux. Your gear has a value. See this value right here on the loadout? It's 898 coins, whatever you want to call it. This is credits. Yeah. This, when you extract from a game, everything that's in your backpack, your loadout backpack, whatever, goes and adds to your general credits, which is right here, your credit values. And you can see I can hold up to 30,000. It tells me the value of my loadout and the value of my vault, how much stuff I have gathered up here. This is a Lux. This is actually like silver in the game. I went ahead and just bought some because I'm probably going to buy some cosmetic stuff down the road. This is like Bright Dust. It's called Silk. And from what I hear, they're having problems with how this is getting awarded. I don't think it's awarding enough of it. Every time I get an extraction, I get 10 of this stuff. And you can see you can hold a cap of 140. So once you get to 140 with Bright Dust, you can save as much as you want and just stockpile it. With the Silk, which is basically Marathon's Bright Dust, they put a cap on it. So immediately you have to use this on your rewards pass. And the rewards pass is very much like the one in Arc Raiders. The more you unlock these, you move to the second page, and then a third page, and then a fourth page, and a fifth. It's just like the bar that we have in Destiny. It's just all hidden until you can unlock. You have to unlock this stuff first, and you can unlock it in any order, by the way. And then once you unlock a certain amount of these things, it'll unlock the next page, and then so on and so on. That's how you unlock that. But that's what this Silk is. If you look right here,
you have to unlock a whole page before you.
I don't know if it's a whole page. I think it says right here. Where did it say? There was a little note. It said unlock 2 more things to unlock page 2 or something. I think it's what it said. These are schemas. This is like a blueprint that they have in Arc Raiders. So I mean, you got a sniper rifle right there. So I mean, you got some really cool stuff here. Yeah, right here. It says claim any 2 rewards to unlock. So I got to unlock 2 more rewards here on this first page, and then it'll unlock the second page. So it's very much like our artifact in Destiny, right? Mm-hmm. As you unlock a certain amount of rows, it unlocks the next row. It's kind of the same principle here. So I just wanted to show you guys that. This is my rank because we don't have ranked yet. Rank will be coming later this month. The codex is like you can get titles from doing different things in the game. These are all basically like seasonal bounties, like your seasonal bounties that you have in Destiny. You have your milestones. When you reach level 100, you get a super pack here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It follows a lot like Arc Raiders does, but Arc Raiders has a lot of more systems in the game that I think make a big difference. And I think Bungie needs to keep an eye on Arc Raiders. But the one thing I am feeling from the Arc Raiders community is once you explore all the worlds and you get all the gear and you've ranked up all your one character that you have, your one guy, they're like, what's next? So I think what might happen within the Arc Raiders community is you're going to get more people that just want to go out and just grief other players because they're bored. There's nothing else to do. Just saying that might be a complaint that I'm hearing from the Arc Raiders community right now, but they're having the same problem that Destiny's had. Beg pardon?
Couldn't that happen in Marathon also, in theory?
No, because
you get all your factions and then you don't have anything else to do.
Because in 3 months they do a wipe. 3 months at a wipe.
Okay, but for the people that get it done before the 3 months.
Oh well,
you know what I mean?
It's a shoot on sight game anyway. Like you said, it is more hardcore. Yeah. But I could see that being a problem. I mean, I'm enjoying Arc Raiders right now because I'm just starting to play it. I'm starting to collect stuff and I'm starting to learn how to craft things and stuff. But I just wanted to show kind of the differences in what I'm experiencing with Arc Raiders and Marathon tonight. That was kind of my whole thing I wanted to talk about tonight. Scarlett, anything else you wanted to add, man? I know I've been doing all the talking here. Is there anything you wanted to mention about either of the games?
No, just if you like these kind of games, definitely give it a try.
Yeah. It's a new kind of game. It's definitely a new kind of game. And I think if you played Crucible in Destiny, you might like this game. Not a guarantee, but if you enjoyed playing Crucible, I think the gun feels almost exactly the same as if you picked up a gun in Crucible. So in fact, when we go back and play Salvation's Edge this weekend, Kingsley, or our raid group, I won't have any lag and it'll feel just the Bungie games overlap so well. So I'll have the same feel that I had playing Marathon. It'll be pretty much the same. So anyway, I'm done blabbering.
I never have problems switching from games like you do, but
yeah. Well, I usually have to get my eyes adjusted and figure things out. But sorry, I didn't mean
the excuses.
I didn't mean to blabber on too much about it. I was just trying to kind of show everybody what I'm experiencing. But
I think these are all good points, and I'm not even probably going to play the game, but I think I'm so excited for it still, for everyone who's going to be getting into it, and very good points on all the games and stuff. And I still think it doesn't matter, the objectives are the same. I think Arc Raiders is meant to be a more casual game, and Marathon's meant to be a more hardcore game, and that's okay because some people might like one more than the other, or some people might like both. Actually, it's just kind of a change of pace, right? You can go back and forth between the two and mix it up.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly healthy. You're right, man.
Also,
go ahead, Kingsley.
If you are switching between Arc Raiders and Marathon, make sure you know the controls, because I hit X so many times and accidentally dropped everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I just picked that up.
It's different. You can map your buttons, but there's one button I mapped. I like the R3 for crouching or diving or sliding, and it's messing up my third ability. I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong there, what I got to fix that, but on my assassin. But Minor, did you have anything you want to mention, man? I know this is not probably a game you're wanting to play, but I don't know.
No, not particularly. I mean, it sounds cool. I just don't have any interest in playing it.
I get it. All right. JD Kent said in the chat, if you can lose all of your loot in any run or it goes away every season, I don't see the point of playing. I get that, man. I get that, JD Kent, because believe me, I'm a Destiny hoarder as well. I like hoarding my weapons. I like knowing I can go and grab a weapon off the wall or in my vault and jump into a raid and have all my stuff crafted and have my loadouts ready to go and, have my armor builds all in place. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to be able to do that. And if anything, maybe the fact that everything's going to get wiped or the fact that you can lose your gear, maybe I don't take it as personally when I go down. When I get shot and I'm out of the game and they come and take whatever's in my backpack, I don't get as upset because I realize, I think Jealous said it best. You're just using the gun and your time has passed. Now someone else can use the gun. So you never really own the gun. You're just enjoying your time using it. So I guess that's the mentality.
I also heard that on crafted weapons, it only has a certain amount of times that it can be stolen.
Yep.
Before it just turns into credits.
Turns into dust. Exactly. Yeah, I heard that on I think it was Myling Games was talking about that. Scarlet Maddie in the Discord chat says, from my understanding as well with the factions, when our progress resets in a few months, we could have different skills available to change the meta a bit. Like they better have different missions and stuff to do, Scarlet, or I don't know. That'll be pretty boring to have to do the same missions over, right? I hope we don't have to. Hope they're going to mix that up. Yeah, I do know people who it's ruined day one a bit though, and they can.
That's a different conversation.
Can affect. Yeah. Oh, it's from something else. Okay. Yeah.
It was about like population and servers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just double check.
But the launch has been great so far. It's kind of what we were getting at. Yeah.
Thank you, Rodimus, for that gifted.
Of minor problems.
Yeah. Thanks, Rodimus, for the gifted sub, man. Appreciate it, man. And
hey.
Yeah, it's called Gear Fear. Yeah, Gear Fear. That makes perfect sense. I get that, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm done blabbering about it. I wanted to talk about it tonight because I feel that's kind of is what's on everybody's mind right now is the marathon game. And for any of you out there that are Destiny players and are wondering what this 11-year Destiny player thought about it, you got to give it a good 3 to 4 hours to play before you really understand the game. And don't get upset when you get knocked down by another player, and play with a group. It's definitely going to be more fun playing as a group. It's not as sweaty. It's definitely sweaty if you're playing solo because everybody is so. You remember when the first seasons of Call of Duty came out? You had a new map come out, and everybody was just sitting on the edges of the map, just really slowly feeling it out. That's kind of the way I feel the first day of Marathon has been as a solo player. So, yeah, don't give it a shot if you do decide to play it. Just remember, it's $40 for the whole year. It's one price of a game, and you're done with it. So, okay. Let's do our catch-up segment. Let's lighten up the mood a little bit. We're going to do that when we return. Okay. That went off a little off the deep end. Sorry about that, guys.
By the way, it's cheaper than $40 if you play on PC. It's always cheaper. It's like $33.
Yeah. Green Man, right? Green Man Gaming?
Mm-hmm. And other sites, but yeah.
Nice. I like that. We're gonna start with you, Miner, okay? Just so you know when I roll in. Yep. Here we go.
Okay.
3. All right, this is the part of our show where we kind of just sit back. We've talked about our topics, and we just kind of catch up and see what everybody's been doing. And I know, Miner, it's been a long time, dude, since you've been on one of our shows. So I definitely wanted to catch up with you first. What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been doing in your life, man? What's been going on? I know you told us you got hurt on the job and you've been healing up. Are you fully healed, by the way?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome, dude.
Yep. Fully healed on that. Real quick, one quick topic on that everybody should hear. Stretch. Yes. Stretching is so friggin' important. Oh my God.
My trainer taught me to stretch after doing my reps in the gym. People look at me funny, but I'll tell you what, man, because I stretch, I don't get injured when I'm working out.
Yep.
And you can usually push yourself a little further too when you stretch and get the blood into those muscles. Yeah.
So other than that, I mean, just working. I've actually had a lot going on, but most people can kind of tell my voice, I've been fighting the flu that my loving son gave to me. So there's that for the past couple weeks, a week and a half.
How's your son now?
He's 18.
Holy crap, man. We're all getting old.
Yeah. Yep. So
Damn.
he's in his senior year this year. So we have a lot on the docket. So I live in Central Oregon, and here in June, I'll be transferring and moving. We say it's on the other side of the mountain range because we have a range that splits Oregon in half,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be moving over to the valley. So I won't be in the high desert anymore. I'll be in the wet valley.
Huh.
So I'll be moving over there, helping out family because, like you, I'm a grandpa as well. My grandson's going to be 2 here on Saturday.
That's crazy.
And he also has a little sister that was born in November.
Wow.
So now we have 2 grandkids. Like I said, we're going to be moving over there to help them with a lot of their situation and what's going on.
Gotcha.
And all we're doing, my wife and I, were just transferring our jobs because we have branches that are on the other side of the mountain.
Right.
So I'll be transferring branches, and then she'll be going over there too. And then thankfully my son, he doesn't want to stay here in Central Oregon. We asked him, like, what are you going to do? And he's like, well, I don't want to stay here because all my friends are leaving and I have friends in the valley too. So he's going to be coming over there with us and hopefully getting into some stuff over there.
That's awesome. I mean, it's
going to, it's awesome too, because I'll be living, it's like 30 minutes away because I'm a huge Oregon Ducks fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be living 30 minutes away from there.
Oh man. To be closer to the games. You going to buy tickets?
Yes. Oh God, I don't need them with my job because we service the stadium.
Yeah. Perks of the job.
So most of the time I can just get in for free.
Yeah, I got you. That's awesome, dude. Dude, you have 2 grandkids. Dang gum.
Yep.
That's nuts, man. You're going to have that. Is this your first going to college or leaving the house?
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, it's my stepson is the one with the grandkids. So it's my wife's son. And
Gotcha.
but I've basically been his dad since he was 14, and he's 35 now. So,
Jeez.
and he's the one with the kids. So dealing with him and until he moved out, and then now we have this one, and then we'll be empty nesters.
It's a great thing, man.
Whenever he decides to move out.
Empty nesting's great. The house is so quiet. It's so quiet. You live with chaos when they're their teenage years and stuff, where they bring friends over and they're making noise in their bedroom and stuff, and you're like, one day, it'll be perfectly quiet. Yeah, it's great.
He just turned 18 in December. I kept messing with him, kept telling him I was going to kick him out of the house when he turned 18.
Dude, it's tough. It's tough as a young person right now. Houses are too expensive. Jobs don't pay enough. I mean, it's not as easy. I don't think it's as easy as it was when we were their age. I don't know. No.
And we had a heart to heart with them. We were like, you can stay with us as long as you need to. Yeah. We don't care,
Mm-hmm. With AI, I mean, there's all kinds of different things. World's changing, man. World's changing. The job situation is going to change too with it. So people will just have to adapt. So, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad you were able to come on the show tonight because I know you were fighting a cough for the first of the week. We didn't know if you were going to make it tonight. But
oh man, it was rough. I'd never been that sore in my life. I felt like I got into a car accident.
My wife and I
nonstop coughing. It was terrible.
Yeah, those hacking coughs are the worst. My wife and I were thinking about going to the West Coast this summer. Any place in Oregon you'd recommend for a tourist like me, Florida boy?
Oh man,
in the summer.
In the summer, there's a lot of little beach towns you could go to. I mean, you could literally go up and down the entire beach, and it'd be awesome.
Okay.
Bandon, and they're really small. So like Bandon was a good one. You can go to like Newport is really good too. You go to Cannon Beach,
Canon.
If you remember the movie Goonies,
Yeah.
in the beginning where they're driving on the beach, that's Cannon Beach.
Okay. Did
Of
they
course,
have any?
Tillamook cheese factories near there too.
Well, I was
Yeah, the Tillamook.
I was going to ask you. We went to Bryce Canyon in Utah when we visited Kingsley a few years ago. Is there good hiking areas and like national forests and stuff to go to over there?
Oh God, yeah, everywhere.
Ones, yeah.
Perfect. That's what
Yeah.
that's what we love to do. We're
It's
eco.
a different style than the
vacationers.
Utah ones, but it's there's it sounds like you're moving close-ish to the Portland area, Minor, but yeah, we have a house just across the border in Washington near Vancouver, Washougal, Washington. I just love that area.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's where my stepson lives in Vancouver. We're right outside.
The Columbia River Gorge, chef's kiss. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, that's amazing there. Gets a little windy at
Been to the
times,
beaches
but
a lot. Been to Cannon and all those beaches a million times growing up, but yep,
Sweet.
Tillamook and all that.
Mhm.
Very good. Didn't know that. Learning something tonight. Well, Minor, hey dude, it's good you're on the show tonight. I'm so glad you can make it tonight because I want to do this with a lot of our past guests on our show. I want to catch up and see what everybody's been up to, man. It just sounds like you've had a good life, man. Everything's doing good. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Thanks for having me again.
yeah, man, you got it. Scarlet KM, what's been going on in your life, man? What's been going on over there in Ohio? How's things been?
It was really, really cold, and I think we got all of Utah's snow.
Yeah, blame Utah.
What are you talking?
Yeah, you guys are way too warm tonight. This winter.
We didn't. Oh, you got the snow we were supposed to have? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, probably true because it's all routing through Canada now instead of coming from the west, how it should be.
Yeah, it's been a crazy winter because past like 4 or 5, we had maybe one good day or two of snow, and then we've had at least 2 big snowstorms that hit us. Like one of them was so bad that my work, which I've been at for 15 years, and we've never called off. They canceled a day of work because of it. Like it was like, I think some places got up to 14 inches of snow.
Yeah, we have nothing this winter.
It's just
Hardly.
it's
The
just so
mountains are
flat.
full.
It's just all the plains. It's just so flat out there. The snow comes across it just like Indiana. They're so flat in Indiana. There's like no elevation or anything, and the snow just. I mean, the winds and everything howl through there. It's just brutal, man. Very
Bob
tough.
says he hates your area.
Tough area, man. Tough area in the winter. I've been up in Indiana in the wintertime. It is brutal. Indianapolis area. Whew.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much the snow plows come through when that wind hits. That
Yeah.
snow drift goes right over the road.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's because there's nothing blocking the wind. It's crazy. Then you get do you get any lake effect from Michigan? Does that come all the way down to Ohio? Or is that just a Michigan issue? Wisconsin.
No, like Cleveland and those areas will get lake effect, but I'm far enough away from the lake that I don't
I got you.
get that. I think we're considered secondary lake effect.
Okay. Other than,
But other than that,
yeah, other than Arc Raiders and Marathon that we talked about tonight, anything else you've been doing game-wise? Gaming?
Warframe and Red Dead Online.
What is it about Warframe, man? I don't understand. I just don't get Warframe. What is it about
Have you played
Warframe?
it enough?
I've played it. I played some of it. Yes, I probably put
Enough?
maybe not 4 hours, but I put 2 hours or so in. I tried playing it. I did. It's just so
2 hours.
Give it a 5.
this
I mean,
the movement is so
it's-
herky jerky.
yeah, I can understand if like you get like, motion sickness.
I think it's what I was getting.
I can understand that, but I just love it because yeah, like Gators or Allocate said, Space Ninja parkour.
Okay.
Parkour.
Okay. I get that.
I don't know. I just started playing it and it just hooked me.
Now
It takes a while. Like
Well, I was going to ask you if did Warframe have any new content out lately, or
Yes, they just came out with another DLC. It's called The Old Piece. It's really good.
that is an example of a studio that has held on to its player base, and nobody's left. Nobody's going anywhere. That just shows you can have a studio that doesn't have to have 100,000 concurrent players. You know, everybody judges the 100,000 or 3 million or whatever it used to be for Destiny long ago. You can have a nice studio and a nice game and update it for your players. I mean, I wish all studios were like Warframe, because I've heard so many good things about Warframe, how they ask their community what they want and they give it to them. And
bullet jump wasn't even supposed to be a thing, and it was like a glitch, and then they realized that people loved it, so they kept it in and made it a feature of Warframe.
yeah, Kate said she has to turn down the DPI when I play, otherwise I'll get seasick. Yeah, that's what gets me. Maybe, I don't know. I tried it. I tried it originally when it came out, and when Destiny came out, that was free on the PlayStation 4, I think. And then I came back and tried it, I think in 2025, I think I come back to try to play it, because Destiny was on the rocks. And I don't know, man, I just don't get it. But I love the richness of the game is undeniable. I mean, there's so much progression in that game, and I like that stuff. But it just visually just doesn't work out with me. Anyway. Anything you've been watching or anything entertainment wise you've been wanting to give a shout out on, or anything like that? Or anything else going on in life?
Most of my entertainment is just my kids.
It's enough.
And gaming.
I hear you, man. Mr. Kingsley Mack, what's been going on in your life this week, man?
Yeah, I want to talk about some minor gaming news. I won't take a lot of time, but it's things I've been playing too. You talk about, Warframe. First of all, it actually has a lot more players on Steam than Destiny does. It's averaging about 50,000. And 50. If you look at the 50, and if you look at the chart, it's averaged up over time. Not much, very slightly up. And Destiny has averaged way down over time. So, another game, Division 2, that game, there's lots of examples that games that can hold on. And you're right, it's not so much the total player count, although if you're getting down to 7,000 on Steam, that is pretty low for any game, like Destiny is. But anyways, it's more like how the curve of the graph, and games like Division 2, Warframe, things like that are continuing to hold on. Division just announced it's their 10-year franchise anniversary. For if you count Division 1 when it first came out through Division 2. And they just announced a bunch of stuff. They came out with the free graphical update. They came out with, they have a mini season called Realism Mode, where it's not for me, but it's like you can play where it's like single bullet kills, basically, if you want more of that. And there's like less radar and everything.
Okay.
But they also announced a new DLC, another one coming out later this year. And then their year 8 season is starting 1st of April. So hint, hint, that'll be a good time for you to potentially hop in.
Okay. April game of the month, maybe? Yeah.
Maybe. But the season 8, the year 8 stuff sounds amazing. Just all the stuff they're adding. They're just, they I don't know how they do so well with just adding quality of life things in that game and content, actual content. Their seasons have like 8 weekly missions and everything like that all the time, and so many fun things to do. So again, I've said this a lot, but it's a looter shooter, so it's a game that a lot of Destiny people would potentially like if you're looking for another looter shooter.
Like
and a lot of people have considered hopping over to it.
Yeah.
Also, Diablo, I'll just go real quick on this, announced their new season coming up, and they have a big DLC coming out in April, but their new season coming out before then, which starts on the 11th, I believe, is Season of Slaughter. You get to play as the Butcher.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy. If anyone remembers any of the old Diablo games, you're not playing as him the whole time. I think it's almost like a super ability you get or something. But that's going to be so crazy as you get to play as the Butcher. But the big thing I've been so impressed with this last weekish is playing Resident Evil Requiem. This game is amazing. And let me tell you, people, it tied for the highest rated game on Metacritic, 9.5,
Oh,
along with, of course, Clark Expedition 33. Clark Scare Expedition.
that's
33.
impressive, man. How many?
It's very impressive.
What number is this in the Resident Evil lineup?
I think it's 7 or
7?
something. Someone
Okay.
can correct me.
Dude,
yeah. You know,
that
they don't
is-
always put numbers, but yes. And a lot of people won't play it because it is a scary game. Let me tell you more about that in a second. But if you can get past that or give it a consideration, this is probably the best Resident Evil game ever. It takes a lot of stuff from old ones, kind of like memberberry things, and it is so fun. I haven't played every single Resident Evil game, but I played a lot of them. But it's not just horror scary the whole time. Think of half of the game. You have 2 different people you can play it. Half of the game is like super scary. You're playing as one character, but the other half is actually action. Think of like an action zombie shooter, and you play as a different character. And there's things you can loot and collect and level up guns and everything. And it's kind of fun for being a single player game. I'm having so much fun, and I'm so excited to hop back in it. I may actually play a second playthrough when I finish it.
Those jump scares, no way, dude. I won't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, you can just psych yourself out where in a way you just stop worrying about it. You can kind of look to the side at times. I get it, though. Not everyone's going to want to play it. But that being said, it is objectively a very, very good game. It's getting like amazing reviews. It may not be for everyone, but it's very, very good.
What was that one Resident Evil where you were just in the house the whole time? Was that the last one they made?
But
The
see, I
last
like
one?
maybe, yeah, I think it was, yeah, and I
Holy
didn't
shit,
play,
dude.
but I like see this goes off the main storyline with like the police station
Right.
and Leon and everything. I love this, just kind of how they're tying everything together.
Yeah.
With this new one.
It's no joke. They make a damn good game, that's for sure. I just like you said earlier, it's just not a game I like to play, man. Don't like to play
Yeah.
horror games. Silent Hill, those games, no. I'm good. I'm good. Don't
I'll just put you in the action part of the game when you're shooting
maybe.
zombies. Because it truly is a different feel. Like the scary parts are like inside of buildings or in tunnels, right? But then when it switches to the action part, you're more outside and it's more just like a shooter type game with just the
I could deal
zombies.
with
It's
that.
not as scary then. It's just kind of like whatever, it's like you're just shooting bad guys. But
I'm glad you're liking it, man.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's about it. I'll let you talk about any raid stuff that if you want.
Yeah, I'll definitely give a shout out to our weekly raid crew. We play Destiny every week, guys. We're working on Salvation's Edge raid. Shout out to my crew: Ronan Red Lion, Allocate, Zombie Pops, Mr. Send Media, and of course my partner in crime, Kingsley Mack here. We're gonna jump back. I think we decided we're gonna start from the beginning, right, and just reinforce what we've learned so far up to what's the encounter called? I never can remember the name of it. The one that
Verity,
took
which we did pass last week.
Yes, we passed Verity last week. It took me a while to finally put it together, but I know how to do it with the inside and the outside now. Well, at least I think I do. Anyway.
Well, outside except for dissecting.
No,
Wait
no,
till you learn that.
No, I didn't. No, I just wanted to kill ads and keep stuff off of Ronan or Sin or whoever's out there doing it. But yeah, man, we have a great time playing. I stream it live every Saturday night, by the way. If you guys want to watch as we learn, you can learn the raid as well, because it's probably one of the hardest raids lately that's been released from Bungie and Destiny 2. So I did play some more Arc Raiders this week. I'm really starting to get down all the minute parts of this very intricate game. I'm really enjoying it. I jumped in last night. I got pinned into a shed outside, and the flying frickin' robots, the Arc enemies, just would not let me out of there. They're so damn persistent, man. They would not let me, and those damn screeches they make. I think I had dreams about that the other night. I heard that screech noise that the hornets make. I'm like, it's just haunting. I do have a movie review. My wife and I went and saw another movie at the theater using my AMC Stubbs A-List membership, of course. The movie I saw this week was called Crime 101. It's starring It's starring Chris Hemsworth. He's a very skilled thief of $1 million gems. I mean, real high dollar stuff. But he has some conflicts with his job. Mark Ruffalo plays a veteran cop who's on his trail, and despite his chief's frustration with his lack of arrest, he doesn't give up. to the point of actually breaking the law. So he's kind of had some issues in his job as well. And then finally, Halle Berry plays an insurance executive who's been passed up for partnership after 11 years on the job, watching all her male counterparts passing her up. So she makes a decision that goes against her character as well. It's really weird. All three of these roles kind of play together, and you see how each of them struggles to accept what they're doing in life. And the ending is very interesting. I really enjoyed this movie. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 88%, IMDb a 7.1. It reminded me of those past high-level thief movies like Heat, the Thomas Crown Affair. I know that may be dating me a little bit, but I really liked that. That movie was good. 4 stars. Very good film. So when it comes out on streaming or whatever, definitely watch this. It's not just another robbery type movie. It's very, very good. So that was it for me. I just want to mention the game of the month for me this month for March, and probably no surprise, is Marathon. I played Arc Raiders. Now I'm going to put some time into Marathon for the month of March. And then, of course, I'll give everybody more of a more detailed review in April once we're done putting some time in and playing it. So let's get to some questions for the show, guys. Hang in there. We'll be right back. All right, let me pull this up. We do have our contest tonight, and we do have some questions. We do have I'm going to start with a speak pipe. We'll start with that, and then we'll get into questions. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, boys and girls, it is the final part of our show where we answer questions from you guys. And we got a voicemail last week from our fellow member, Mr. Dadbod Hero. And he talks about, when I was talking about the Xbox changes last week about Phil Spencer and all the drama going on right now with Xbox and Microsoft. So he sent some comments in through voicemail. And by the way, if you want to send us a voicemail, just guardiandowncast.com and just hit that voicemail button on your right side, and it'll go right to the interface where all you have to do is just press record, say your piece, and then hit end, and then put a gamer tag in, a name, and send it off. It sends right to our show email, and I'll see it, and we'll put it on the show. But here's one from Dadbod Hero.
Hey guys, I just wanted to give some input about this week's topic. When Phil Spencer took over Xbox, there was a sense that a gamer was in charge. Someone who actually understood what made this industry special. Under his leadership, we saw bold moves, like Game Pass changing how people access games, studios being acquired to strengthen first-party outputs, and a heavy push toward ecosystem over hardware, like cloud gaming. Whether you agreed with every decision or not, there was at least a narrative that Xbox was trying to evolve, unlike other platforms. But now it seems like suits are tightening the grip. The language around gaming today is less about creativity and more about engagement metrics, monetization pipelines, and recurring revenue streams. Studios aren't just asked to make great games, they're asked to make products that can live forever, extract consistently, and fit neatly into quarterly earnings calls. The passion project has been replaced by the quote-unquote safe bet, unfortunately. It's not that profit is evil. Companies need to make money. But when profit becomes the North Star instead of creativity, we start to see the cracks. Games launch unfinished. Studios chase trends instead of setting them. Sequels feel engineered rather than inspired. And the art of games feel like content. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dadbot Hero. We appreciate that input, man. Like I say, you don't always have to have a question for us. You can just give us a comment as well on a past topic we've talked about. Kingsley, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I have a quick comment on that, especially since I wasn't in the last week's show. I can put in my 2 cents.
Absolutely.
I agree with what you're saying, Dadbot, because I actually think the issue is the higher-ups in Microsoft. They're causing the problem. And I actually do think Phil Spencer decided to voluntarily leave because he could see the writing on the wall, that they're cutting corners and everything. And so I think more of the issue is not him, but higher up. And I think he actually was smart. I think if we don't know for sure how it went down, but I bet he chose to leave and he was smart.
I talked about it at length, so I'll keep my comments to myself. I think I drowned out everybody about the Xbox thing last week. Did you guys have any comments about the Xbox shakeup, Minor or Scarlett? I don't know if you guys play Xbox. Are you guys Xboxers?
I got a PlayStation.
Okay, me too. I have an Xbox.
Well, you
but I
don't
know
have to know. Look, I deal with Microsoft services also, and I'm seeing this more and more in the business world.
Yeah.
The higher ups are starting to make some really stupid decisions. Again, that's why I don't think it was Phil Spencer so much. It's just the higher ups. Yeah.
And we have someone who doesn't game that's the head of Xbox Gaming. We'll see how
I did hear about that. I thought that was kind of a ridiculous move, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Gotcha. Scarlett, you have any comment?
No, but I do play on Xbox.
Are you worried about where it's going, or I guess you'll just switch over, right? If Xbox closes down?
Yeah. I won't have a choice, or I can just stop gaming.
No. Can't stop gaming.
That's not going to happen.
You can't stop gaming.
Don't do that.
We're gamers, dude. We're gamers. It's
I don't
in our
want
blood.
to.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, since Kingsley's here tonight, I wanted your input on this, Kingsley, because I mentioned this to Deadpool and Zombie Pops last week. And what do you think there's going to be a fire sale, since Phil was behind a lot of the pushing of these acquiring all these big studios with these $69 billion deals for Activision and stuff? Do you think they're going to, if Xbox is going the way I think they're going, to more of a platform and not so much a developer anymore, do you think they're going to sell it to the highest bidder? Or what do you think? What are they going to do with all those studios, Kingsley? What do you think?
Well, the other option is not just sell, but do like what Sony does, is shut down studios.
I really hope they don't.
Right.
There's some really talented people over there.
With that, I mean, I don't know. I think let's save that more because I do have some information on opinions.
I have
on
a topic
some
too.
Sony stuff. They're making some other bad decisions.
Yep.
Sony.
I know
It's
exactly.
almost worse than Microsoft.
I know exactly where you're going too, and I'll definitely be there to talk about it. All right, we'll table that then.
Perfect. Yeah.
No pun intended. We did have a question. It's a non-Destiny question in our Discord, and it's from Dadbot Hero. Hypothetical scenario: if players only have time to commit to one live service game, why is every publisher still chasing the same forever model? Do executives genuinely believe they'll be the one exception, or do they just not care how many studios collapse trying? When companies like Sony publicly pivot to launching a wave of live service titles only for several to fail outright or not even make it to market, is that a bold strategy or a warning sign? When talented developers lose their jobs or get absorbed into another, quote, failing studio because their game didn't dominate an already oversaturated market, is that really a failure of creativity or a failure of leadership chasing predictable short-term revenue? At what point do we stop calling the live service gold rush ambitious and start calling it reckless corporate negligence? How does Highguard go from launch to shut down in just 45 days? Was this truly a failure of the game itself, or is it a failure of leadership, long-term vision, and unrealistic expectations in an industry obsessed with instant returns? What will it actually take for live service games like Highguard to thrive long-term instead of being abandoned before they ever have a real chance to build a community? That's a good question, man. I mean, a lot of questions. As usual, Kingsley, it's fully loaded.
Yep.
I know you love loaded questions.
Look, we've been saying this for years. It's so stupid. Like, the analogy is like, I always take it back to, like, there's a famous quote from Warren Buffett. It's like, when everyone's talking about a certain stock, that's the worst time to buy it, right?
Exactly.
Because everyone already knows about it.
Exactly.
Well, again, I think it was actually kind of stupid, at least with how much money they paid for Bungie. When Sony was like trying to get into live service, it was already too late. Like, we all know it's not like live service is bad, but yes, people have been overdoing live service games for a while now. We do not have enough players to have this many live service games. So they should be focusing more on single player. Not that there shouldn't be ever any new live service games that come out, but it went way overboard. A lot of mistakes were made, a lot of money was spent, and now we're seeing the repercussions. So I hope it can tone back some and correct itself.
Miner, you got any feedback on this?
I think it starts with like advertising, and like if people don't, like, you look at games, like there's one that I really like to play, and it's based Ben Studios, right?
Mhm.
And it never got any real advertisement, so when it came out, it
Mhm.
wasn't great. Like it didn't do well, and now people love it. And for some reason, I can't think of the name of the damn game.
Don't worry, you have Todd syndrome.
Yeah, right. But it was zombie game. Yeah, you're on a motorcycle traveling around what is supposed to be Central Oregon, but it's not.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of the name of that game? But anyways, it's like you have all these games that you go back to and you play, and you're like, oh my god, this is a great game.
Mhm.
And you look at it, and it's like, oh, they didn't put enough into it, or they brought it out too early. Anthem is a great example of that. Anthem could have been a phenomenal game, but in my opinion, I think EA destroyed it because they didn't do anything. They were just like, yeah, just release it with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't much.
They didn't make anything to add to it. It's a live service game, guys. That means you got to keep making content if you want to have a live service game. Yeah, I hear you, man. Scarlett, do you have an opinion?
I just think they saw where, like he said, like they're just going to a trend instead of creating their own trends.
Mhm.
They see that, like when Fortnite first came out, and then they switched to the Battle Royale, we start seeing all these other Battle Royales, and how many of them actually succeeded as well as Fortnite? They just go for where the money is. I say that with quotations because just because it works for one game doesn't mean it's going to work for all the games, because like you said, there's only so many players that play games.
Yep.
And then things like Fortnite too, like they go above and beyond. They have live events happen, and you can get all these different skins of, from every walk of life. From Family Guy to Dragon Ball Z to everything is on. Like, they don't stop promoting it, and they don't stop putting into the game. And that's why people still love playing it.
And they change their maps too.
Yeah.
Hey, Miner.
They have a live event that completely changes the entire map.
Miner, would that game be called Days Gone?
Yes.
JD Kent's on it tonight, man. Yeah,
thank
Days
you.
Gone. Yeah, I was on the tip of I wanted to say something dead, but I knew I had it on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't. I knew it was a D. He also said
Days Gone is extremely fun.
Yeah. Yeah, JD Kent, that Crime 101 was based on a book, and my wife read it already. She already kind of knew what the movie was about, but I thought it was based on that novel, I thought it was a really good movie. So, yeah, I mean, I just talked about Warframe. Live service game. They have their audience. They're not greedy. They love their gamers, and people are loyal to that game, and they get exactly what they want to play in that sandbox. Whatever they want, Warframe makes it. Simple enough, right? But yeah, man, I agree. I think if a game doesn't hit at least 100,000, right off the bat, it's considered a failure. This worries me with Bungie and Sony, because they've definitely shown through Blue Point Games that they're not afraid to shut down studios even when they're full of badass developers, man. So I'm kind of worried about that a little bit. But all right, great question as usual, Dadbot Hero. By the way, Dadbot Hero has been booked for a future show, so we will hear from him one of our new episodes this year. Just letting you know. Yeah, I think it's time we give some collector's edition away. If you guys don't have anything else to say, that was our only question we had in our Discord. So I'm going to pull up the Wheel of Names, and we are going to give away a Year of Prophecy Collector's Edition, thanks to Amazing Taco King, one of our Raid Boss patrons that donated it to the show. So I'm going to pull up my, let's see how I can do this here. Yeah, let's see, do screen cap. You know what? We'll take a small break. We'll be right back, and we'll pull it up and give away the Collector's Edition. Be right back. Yeah, I need to draw it up. Sorry.
Live update. Resident Evil's now top game. Arc Raiders is second, and Marathon's third.
We should name the title the horse race or something. The live horse race. Yeah, exactly. Let me.
Did Peanuts start streaming?
I think.
I wonder if those odds are on Kalshi.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the crews are starting to go to bed, maybe. But Resident Evil, like that's a perfect game to play late at night because it's all scary.
True.
Uh-huh.
True. Okay, that's what I thought. It's not what I thought it was. Okay. Actually, no, that is what I thought. Okay, perfect. All right. I just want to make sure I had the right screen cap up. I forgot to pull it up real quick, but I've already got everybody's names entered. It's good to go. Wheel of Names. Okay. We are good. All right, we're moving over. Okay, we're moving over to our Wheel of Names here, and we're going to give away a $175 value Year of Prophecy Collector's Edition. People had to put in their Destiny, their best looking drip, their best looking guardians, and Kilvin, I put yours in too, even though that was AI. I still included you. And we're going to see who wins this thing. There is our Wheel of Names. We have 14 entries altogether. Let me shuffle this around a little bit here. Give it a nice, good shuffle. Someone is going to win right now. So here we go. And wait till it fully stops, Kingsley. I have it on a full roll, so it's like on ball bearings. This thing's roll. This thing could slide for a little
You're
bit.
the one that gets too excited. I always wait.
Okay. Here we go. Who's going to get it? Master Gator, maybe? Looks like he's got it. Yeah. Master Gator. I think his name's Spicy in the Discord, but you got it, man.
Isn't that Miklo?
Master Gator? No, that's Miklo Gator. Everyone decided to put their Gator behind their name in that Discord. It's driving me nuts.
I know, it gets a
no,
little confusing
Miklo's right there. Miklo's right there.
Oh,
he was on
okay.
He's right there on the board. So yeah. Congratulations, Master Gator. I'll be DMing you, and I'll need to get a shipping address.
Spicy, yeah.
Yeah, Spicy. I'll have to I'll need to get a mailing address to you, and we will ship this big box of stuff to you. And
it's Miklo's brother. That's right.
Is it really? Is it Miklo's
at least
brother?
According to our live update.
Nice. Nice. Miklo's brother got it. So Miklo, you have to decide who gets the statue, right? Nice, man. I love it. Yeah, this thing is enormous. This collector's edition is freaking huge. And now I don't have to trip over it when I come in my office all the time. It's going to be great. Congrats. That's pretty awesome. I believe, let's get back to I believe that is our show, guys. Let me double check, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. That is it. That is our show, guys. I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. I wanted to make sure we gave that away before we left tonight. Thank you to everybody who did participate. If you want to see the entries to the contest, I'll unlock the channel in the Discord if you want to run in there and see who posted what. But that's it, guys. That's our show. And I lost the bet because we're right over the 2.5 hour mark. Shit.
I was wondering if you could bring that up.
Sir, it's 48. We're actually closer to 3 hours.
Too bad.
Than 2.5.
Too bad. Dad is not on Kalshi. So, thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I don't know why I've been so scatterbrained tonight. I don't know. I don't understand it, but Thank you, Miner. Thank you, Scarlet KM, for hanging out with us tonight. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody in the Discord, anybody in the community, or your family, anybody? Miner, I'll go with you first, man. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Not really, not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody. Thanks to everybody that showed up.
Yeah.
You know,
Had a good turnout tonight.
in the chat and everything else.
Thanks, man. It was great to catch up, man. I'm glad you were able to make it tonight. The Scarlet KM. Want to give a shout out to anybody?
King Tut, Zebrak, Cloud, and Slammin', and everybody I played with throughout the 4+ years I've been here.
I love it, man.
This community is why I stayed with Destiny for so long.
That's good to hear, man. I love hearing that. Yeah, I think you guys do a lot of raiding too, don't you? Every night or every week, do some raiding like we do. Nice.
We used to.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. I don't know if Kingsley, anything else you have for us? Anything? We good?
Oh no, good show, but let's end it.
Okay.
Love you all.
All right. Thanks everybody. And remember, as in life or in your game, get your reps in, just like I did at the gym today. Later, everybody. Or later, Guardians.
Later, runners.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Later, dudes.
I went to the wrong place.